established hierarchy. Our first match pitched VVV up against Toxic in a true test of the VVV roster. Toxic came out strong, relying on their individual mechanics to propel them in the early game. VVV tried to rally, but to no avail, simply outclassed by the team fighting and macro play of Toxic. This squad of veterans showed why they have been steadily climbing the leaderboards. Game 2 showed some promise for VVV, able to take some early objectives and contest Toxic in fights. They just could not sustain the pressure, however, as Toxic rotations were just too clean. They take the series 2-0. Match 2 saw Drawn to Fame taking on Tribe Gaming. Tribe once again showed up in a big way, putting on their game faces and going all out versus DF. To their credit, Drawn to Fame fought back well, taking some small skirmishes and contesting team fights. It was the constant harassment and invades from Tribe that were just too much to handle. Not even the surprisingly effective Gilder in Game 2 was enough to stop the rampage of Begging the Boys as they take the series 2-0. Day 2 pitted the up-and-coming star of Toxic up against the behemoth of Allegiance. While it seemed like Toxic had it all together in Day 1, up against the force of nature that is ALG, it just wasn't enough. Game 1 was complete domination. Controlling the pace perfectly, Rest put on a clinic on Mina. Game 2, however, was a different story. Showing the same early game weaknesses that cost them in the AWC, ALG struggled over early game fights. However, once again, we saw a team that was unable to convert kills into towers, and despite getting ahead, Toxic just could not mount an effective push. Rocker came online in the mid-game, and with the help of Sleepy, carried the team to victory. Our final match of the weekend saw the two last-place teams in the region go head-to-head. This time, however, Krannis came in with a game plan. Utilizing the veteran experience of Beast, Krannis was finally able to mount a convincing early game while simultaneously executing on their macro. It was truly like watching a new team as they seemed to be reborn in this match. Game 2 especially showed that their rotations and shot calling have come a long way since week 1, never giving VVV an opportunity to farm and constantly outpacing them in tower pushes. Securing their first game and series win, Krannis take the series in a convincing 2-0. With that final upset, the North American region seems to have truly shaken out. The only question remains if Krannis will have what it takes to challenge Drawn to Fame for that final playoff spot.
Falls around him. Let my fists do the talking.
Welcome to the arena. Arena of Valor.
The newest balance update came down and struck the Antares battlefield like a strike of lightning, as we have seen rapid matches as well as a multitude of success across 2 different regions. But now it's North America's turn to see how well we can get themselves to have a bang for their buck. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're live from the Intel Esports Arena for Season 2 of the Valor Series, brought to you by Facebook Gaming. My name is Jump, and I'm joined still by Mr. Sweetjay, and now Invirum is back on the desk. Sir, I know you just filled yourself with some delightful lunch that we have had. Are you ready for North America?
Oh, I'm recharged. I am refueled. I'm ready for NA. The LATAM games were crazy. Those guys love to scrap. Let's see if NA is going to, continue the trend or maybe play a little more conservative.
I'm excited for North America because they are caught up on the meta. So hopefully we're going to see the full patch update meta and why these heroes are banned and picked.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the standings as it currently sits in North America. We have seen clearly the top 2 teams, Allegiance and Tribe Gaming, secure themselves that #1 and #2 spot. Now, following that, Toxic, Drawn to Fame, Pride Stark Empire, a new organization name formerly known as Kranis Esports, as well as Veni Vidi Vici round out that top 6.
Yeah,
top 6.
Pride Stark, they have a chance potentially here. Drawn to Fame is going to face off against VVV, so that should be easy game. But if VVV wins 2 games, that's going to potentially shake things up here. And it could happen based on how inconsistent Drawn to Fame has been.
Yeah, there's throwing some potential wrenches in works in this in this last day here. There's a couple of crazy situations because as defined as that top 4 looks, there is actually a configuration of events that can occur where potentially that top 4 shifts a little bit.
It is. We took some pictures from the string theory wall that you have on Sweetjay's bedroom. He showed you all of the different connections and still doesn't understand why Synergy Esports doesn't pick Ignis. But that's for a different region. Let's go ahead and take a look at the matchups that we have for North America today. Veni Vidi Vici will be playing Drawn to Fame. Toxic will then after be going up against Pride Stark Empire. There's lots of information to be seen. There's a lot of storylines to be built. So let's go ahead and check in with this week's episode of Regional Rivals presented by AT&T.
North America has seen the hierarchy established. Teams have nearly set their place in stone. Nearly. While the top 3 teams have established themselves, for Drawn to Fame, Week 7 is their chance to cement the standings and secure their place at Sao Paulo. Their first opponent is VVV. At the bottom of the standings, their road to Brazil has unfortunately ended. They can, however, open up a chance for the team that beat them in Week 6. If they can take down Drawn to Fame, they create an opportunity for the newly dubbed Pride Stark Empire. If VVV can take down Drawn to Fame and Pride Stark can somehow upset Toxic, Drawn to Fame will go into Day 2 tied, up against a certainly fired up Toxic. It would all come down to that match. If Toxic could take it, they would knock down Drawn to Fame and allow Pride Stark to sneak in to that 4th place spot. All of these events begin with a single catalyst, the matchup between Drawn to Fame and Veni Vidi Vici. Who will come out on top? Will it be the finale upset upstarts, or will it be the team securing their spot at Sao Paulo? We're about to find out.
Sao Paulo is ever so closer, but teams have to continue to step up. They continue to have to prove that they have what it takes to make it to Brazil and that regional finals. And so let's get into it. Our first matchup, Veni Vidi Vici versus Drawn to Fame. Exciting things for this matchup are still plenty to be seen.
Yeah, we talked about positioning of their seeding in their ranks, but it's going to come down to the positioning of VVV and if they're going to be able to set up the right team fight engages to overcome Drawn to Fame, because I think Drawn to Fame, they're going to be better at the team fighting here, so it's going to come down to that.
Yeah, they're a team, both teams that have had their inconsistencies, but I agree. VVV, sometimes some of their players tend to get a little bit caught out of position. Wizard, maybe. Some people tend to not be where they're supposed to be in some situations, and because they get punished, because they overextend, the rest of the team puts themselves further out of position to try and cover for them, and that's how they end up getting wiped. And they need to not do that here if they have any chance of taking down Drawn to Fame.
All right, well, let's go ahead and take a look at this matchup a little deeper. Veni Vidi Vici, they have a roster, as you mentioned, in McFly, in Ninja, that need to kind of show up in a lot of these instances.
Yeah, definitely. Ninja is their best player. McFly can split push really well, but it's going to come to how Rude, Wizard, and Jordan work. Exactly like how Invernum said here. It's their positioning, and because they're the team that has given the most aces in the North America Valor series here, and they just basically domino effect into a death and more deaths, and that's something they have to avoid against Drawn to Fame.
Yeah, that's going to be the pivotal moment here for this squad. Again, their run for Sao Paulo has ended, unfortunately. However, like you mentioned, going to this in our regional rivals, there is actually a chance for them to still put their stamp, make their impact here on the overall standings. So this match definitely still does matter.
All right, well, let's go ahead and take a look over at their opponent. You've got Drawn to Fame. You've got players that have gone through a little bit of some roster swaps. I know a couple of them that we want to make sure to highlight is going to be Wasim. He does not find himself into the roster, but High CS as well needs to be one that steps up.
Yeah, Hikes there has to watch his position. He's actually a little over-aggressive, engages really early, along with Zoom. Those two tend to put themselves in a bad position because they're over-eager. And then Waya is a more patient player. He waits for the right moment. He has excellent side lane play, and he had an amazing crash earlier. But I'm excited to see how he's going to leverage maybe Roxy potentially here, and that's going to be the key for Drawn to Fame, because when they draft a really off-meta comp, they really struggle.
He's just
all aboard the
stuck.
Roxy train.
He's just stuck. If it's not Roxy and it's not Ignis, Sweetj doesn't want anything to have to do with it. He doesn't care.
I know the meta.
He does.
Right?
Eyes on the meta.
All right.
I am the meta.
Anyway.
I am the meta.
No, we are not going down that road. It is not Halloween. It is not time for that. Sweetj, Invernum,
Yes.
does Veni Vidi Vici have a chance? Are they going to find themselves with a win here today?
Yeah, I think that they have Jordan in there. He's a newer player. You know, they don't have Wasim, who died the most, dying the most on the team, 6 deaths. So I feel like VV has a chance because they have a newcomer on their team, and normally when they change a roster when you're last place, it could be favorable for them. But I think Drawn to Fame will take this 2-0.
As much as I think it could be cool to see all these crazy upsets, I still think Drawn to Fame is going to take this 2-0. I think they just have... players have a little bit more veteran status. They've been around just a little bit longer, have a little more experience. That's going to give them the edge here.
All right, you guys both heard it here. Let's go ahead and make sure that we know what you guys are thinking about it as well. Head on over to Twitter. Use the hashtag Valor Series. Tweet us your thoughts. Tweet us your predictions. And who you feel could possibly win. Is Veni Vidi Vici going to have what it takes? Is Ignis the answer to everything? Sweetj says yes.
Yes. Wizard, take Ignis.
That's all I could hear in the back. I'm eating, and all I can hear is this incoherent screaming of "Pick Ignis!" I'm like, what is going on up there? But we figured it out. The answer was pick Ignis.
Pick Ignis indeed. So now...
I want that on a shirt. Just pick Ignis. Great.
They're missing another meta too. Lubu is actually super good. Very, very good. He has a nice buff. So, guys, play Lubu too.
All right. So we're going to get with the big band phase started shortly. Players are getting themselves into the lobby. We've seen the meta continue to develop now for these specific regions. Something that you like to highlight as well a lot, Sweetj, is explicitly the fact that when you take a look at North America as a region, they are the most caught up of the three when it comes to international play, when it comes to the way that they start to kind of change their meta and change their direction. Are we going to see that already in this match with VVV and DF?
Yeah, I think for Drawn to Fame, they have a better understanding of the meta based on just the players they have, like Waya, Zoom. You can see they're banning off key picks right now. Crash, still very popular. You want to deny that from Waya. I feel like on the red side, you have to ban Arm, you have to ban Ignis, because those are two just super strong first pick worthy. And let's see what Drawn to Fame is going to do, because if they start you know, messing around with their draft here. They're gonna,
This is not the game to do it. There's a lot on the line here.
Oh, nice.
I like
Ninja.
this. Ninja's talk about Talk about Ninja's Raz.
Yeah, just his positioning, his engage potential. He just lines up Raz so perfectly that he engages and hits 3 to 4 people constantly with explosive KOs and the dashes in there, knocking everyone up and doing so much burst. You definitely want to not give Ninja his Raz.
I agree. What do you think about VVV banning Kriknak on the blue side? Because he's obviously a first pick potential kind of hero. Do you mind? There's obviously so many really good heroes in the meta right now. Do you mind them banning the Kriknak here?
Yeah, if they don't play Kriknak, then they should definitely ban. Yikes is really good on melee junglers, actually. He excels on them, and Kriknak is one hero that he's able to really leverage the speed and the rotation to snowball the game against VVV. So VVV, both teams are doing their homework here. However, Drawn to Fame, if they... Oh, don't ban Arm. VV, you could have taken Arm and forced an Ignis ban.
I wonder if this is them. They're trying to say, look, there's a couple really, really strong. Roxy's really strong. Annette's really strong. Ignis is really strong. I wonder if they're trying to bait out one of those last picks.
So
here.
I want to touch upon this Ignis in kind of a different light. Yes, he's strong. Yes, he has his opportunities. Is he strong enough to pick to be picked first? And if that's the case, is there any viable counter picks to him? But before I say that, before we get to that, Mina.
Yeah, Mina picked, but that's not good because Chagnar's open. So, but there's not really anything that counters Ignis. He's tier S. Because of his sustain and how strong he is late game, he's just unbearable late game with the amount of stuns and AoE damage that he can do. So I feel like he has to be first pick no matter what, because no mage can contest him right now in the meta.
Yeah, he's very difficult to deal with in that regard. He's also like relatively nimble considering his lack of mobility. He kind of gets around in those fights a little bit, especially if he uses flickers correctly. Talk about this Joker pick. Obviously some changes to canned laughter being seen here, giving him a little bit of an additional buff. Do you think he's good enough for that first pick spot?
Maybe. I mean, I know that I think Waya, I believe, plays a really great Joker. Joker has a, once he gets auto cannon laughter, he has a significant attack speed increase, so allows him to do so much more DPS on his opponents. And I do like the Lubu pickup here. Lubu with Liliana and Joker, that's really strong because all 4 of them have CC right now. And also, Vinny Vidici, all 3 of their players have CC. I feel like right here, they should pick up the Lindis. But instead, they're going to opt for Slims, maybe? Okay.
I think Lindis is definitely the strongest of the jungle marksmen currently. But I like the idea of grabbing the side lane marksman in the Yorn here. Obviously, side lane marksman is something that Tencent's been pretty open about. Like, look, we like this in the meta. Reading the patch notes, they like the idea of having different players in the jungle and the side lane as well. So I like this Yorn coming out here. But interesting, running the double marksman setup here, but a lot of CC still for VVV.
Oh no, and a Batman gets locked in immediately.
Okay.
So
wow,
all right,
that's a very early game. It could work. They can pull this off. If anyone can pull this off, it will be yikes.
I mean, the realistic answer though is anything truly could work, but the viability of it working. Let's talk about this a little bit though. With the kind of changes that we have seen with Lubu kind of rising into this, the Joker clearly having his opportunities in the side lane as well, or sorry, in the side lane as well. What are we going to do with this Batman?
Early game, he can rotate pretty fast. Again, you have a strong side laner in Lubu. You have Joker that can basically stay toe-to-toe with the Yorn. And Lubu is going to get ahead of the Zenio here because his buff, I mean, his Martial Master passive, every time using an ability, it basically gives him attack speed that he can stack up to 5 times. So it gives him significant amounts of attack speed that allows him to clear the way faster and out-pressure the opponent dueler if they do not have any type of sustain. And Zenio does not have sustain like a Marja or other side laners do, like a Benneth.
Yeah, the one thing I have to say I like about Drawn to Fame's lineup is the sheer amount of crowd control that they have at their disposal. Their ability to line up those stuns. Their job is basically going to be make McFly really sad. And they need to gank this Yorn on repeat. The second he wanders back in lane, they need to shut him down. Because if they allow both marksmen to scale on VVV, and the fact that they have a Batman who drops off late game, if they let it go late, they are in trouble.
Well, now the question is, will they be capable of doing so? But more importantly, how is Veni Vidi Vici going to stop this early game? Because Slims clearly has the scaling. Yorn clearly has the scaling. But outside of the Yorn in the side lane, Slims has his weak points early. How can they kind of stop the potential bleeding of Drawn to Fame?
The funny thing is they had Lindis, they would have countered Batman.
Yep.
She's the counter to Batman. However, what they need to do is they need to stay close to Slims because if Batman 1v1s him, he's dead. A rush in there, a Batarang, the extra physical damage that comes out from Batman's abilities can explode the Slims in just a few combos. So they have to basically get Slims to late game, because early game, Batman can destroy him so quickly. Then Lebu can also get on the back line as well. So very risky there to pick the Slims in the early game. So if they can survive early game, make it to late, they have a chance.
Now, this early game is something we're going to have to keep a watch on, because the members of Drawn to Fame have certainly drafted something that has been their primary strategy. Let's try to get ahead early. Let's try to do the damage. Let's try to take down the core. We find ourselves now with Veni Vidi Vici going up against Drawn to Fame. If there is any hopes or dreams of VVV playing Gatekeep to Drawn to Fame, it starts now.
It's going to start right now. Will they have the ability to shut down Drawn to Fame? Or if Drawn to Fame takes this 2-0, they will find themselves securing their spot at Sao Paulo. That's it. If they win this match, they are in the books in that 4th place spot. So this is there's a lot on the line for them going into this game. This is something we're going to have to keep in mind right here. Suijay, how do you deal with that pressure? You've been a competitive player. How do you sit down and go, look, we just need to stay calm going into this?
The key is don't worry about your opponents, although that may sound weird, is understand what makes your team strong and play to your strengths really, really well. That's the key, because you know yourself better than anyone else, and if you play to your team's composition and how it works, understanding where you're strong either early, mid, or late, and playing right to that, then you're going to be able to excel. And that's the key to winning, is don't get distracted. Focus on what you can control, because the more you control what you can control allows you to then help win key fights.
Yeah, that's really what they have to look for here, is not allow the other team to dictate the pace. But look at how much damage is going. Oh, that was beautiful. The Nature's Wrath was there. Oh, the spear! Almost there. The Mischief is still to clean it up. And I was talking about how Drawn to Fame needed to go out-rotate and gank the Yorn, but instead the Yorn is being part of the gank squad for VVV.
Yeah, Ninja doing such a great job landing Nature's Wrath and the Mischief there, hitting them in the bush. We had no vision on them, and look at this counter gank here.
I love the party bush here for VVV, but the collapse is still coming in from Drawn to Fame. Surprised they didn't commit to that. They actually had a 4v3 advantage there.
Yeah, they were afraid. Batman was in stealth. They didn't know where he was, so they were afraid. As soon as he walks near you, you see the little bat symbol above your head, and they decided to back away. And look at how fast they took the Abyssal Dragon.
Wow, they already went through and picked that up. They cleaned that up so quick. Again, this is the power of the early game draft of Drawn to Fame.
Yeah, definitely. One thing Drawn to Fame did weird is they had a huge wave coming down mid, and they could have taken mid tower, but they didn't. They decided to wait in the river bush and not take the mid tower. That was their chance to get a free tower and then rotate to Dragon after the tower gives them a little bit of experience and some gold there. So interesting decision from Drawn to Fame, but Veni Vidi Vici there also didn't capitalize on how they face checked that bush, because that was 4 people they had down there on bot lane, and they could have easily ganked someone and taken a Dragon.
They should have had the awareness, knowing that Lubu was still top, knowing that Joker had knowing that they had just had the respawn there. So not a huge fan of that decision. Late game party bushes are great. Late game they allow, if you're behind, if you can find a key pick, that's massive. But here in the early game, there's so many more things from a macro standpoint that you could be doing. Committing 4 people to sitting in a bush in the early game doesn't seem optimal to me. We'll see if they can recover it here, going into a gank onto Waya. We do this if it's going through. The perfect timing there with the flying spear off of the Nature's Wrath. It doesn't get any better than that. Ninja might have overextended. The flicker comes out as well as the Angelic Splendor. Beautiful job keeping them alive.
Yeah, Waya did overextend. That was a beautiful Flying Spear combo. Again, Ninja and Jordan are on the same page here. Like I said here, I think Jordan is making a difference on this team, and now they are ahead of Drawn to Fame. And Batman has not made any type of impact so far except for the Abyssal Dragon. And once he hits a 6-minute mark and they're not ahead, Drawn to Fame's in trouble.
Yeah, Batman is definitely one of those win more heroes. He allows you to propel an early game lead even further ahead. But if you are behind with a Batman, you might as well just turn off your. You might as well just restart. Let's go on. Let's go on to game 2 at that point.
Yeah, he has his Soul Reaver now, and it got changed slightly here with the new patch update. That means when he has an ability to use it, it does extra physical damage. Look at the amount of burst there, right there.
We are seeing it exemplified, taking down Rude in an instant. Now Hikes is going to be the target in the bot lane. Again, the chain CC from VVV. This is what we're talking about in the draft. We are now seeing the tower trade come in there. Not even trading. We are going to see the Dragon be picked up here for VVV, but a beautiful pickup from Drawn to Fame, not only on the kill, but the tower as well, looking towards that macro. But this is exactly what Veni Vidi Vici needed to do.
Exactly. They got a positive trade. They got the counter gank, they get the kill, they get the Dragon, and they're going to get this tower. Hey, that's a great trade for a tower and a kill, you get that extra drag in there. So really nice job by them. Again, their decision making has been so much better than what we've seen.
Yeah, and not only their decision making been better, but it's their synergy comboing these stuns. That's exactly what I wanted to see. When I talked about this composition in the draft, that's what I was looking for. As we now see the invade gone wrong, instant deletion there, but the Angelic Splinter coming in. Nice taunt from VVV as well. Wizard is there with a crucial Dark Dominion. McFly in the backline though needs to deal with Waya. The Lubu is there, the Conqueror, the Red Stallion. Can they get it? Look at the death sight from Wizard. Actually pulls him out of the way. McFly's gonna be the target, but Yikes cannot get there in time. Waya with the follow-up. Red Stallion once more onto Wizard with the pickup with the follow-up from the Sunshine stun from Zoom. Can they get it? There's the can left with the follow-up. One more auto. Can the snipe go through? No! Hikes doesn't find it!
That was a crazy engage there, catching out VVV off guard and blowing up McFly there.
Jordan!
Wow, that's the power of Batman. Yikes playing great with his positioning, locking onto Jordan, getting the kill. But Wizard had such good plays there, stayed alive long enough, distracted Waya. Waya didn't focus on the high value target, which is Jordan. But Drawn to Flame is going to come out ahead of this trade here and get a tower.
So many things to talk about in that fight. VVV was looking a little far, you know, they feel a little bit too comfortable, getting a little too far ahead. They thought, let's do a sassy jungle invade. The collapse from Drawn to Fame was perfect, catching out a key target in the back line. Ooh, a little bit of a misplay right there as not having that key stun lined up. That was huge. Oh no, that was the big misplay from Ninja that we were not expecting right there. That was kind of a cut and dry engage. That was the kill.
Yeah, that was definitely the kill there. And look at Yikes, they're coming in there with the amount of damage, but he's caught out a little bit and he's back off.
All 5 members from Veni Vidi Vici are here. The stun does connect with the Flying Spear if they want to continue on to this. Beautiful job taking the hard shot for him. Drawn to Fame knew exactly what was coming.
Yeah, Ninja is the key component. And look at that combo, but Wizard, you're by yourself there.
That was actually a bait from Hikes, bringing him right back in. Again, Wizard's positioning, I called him out a little bit in the draft. That's what I was talking about. He played really, really well in that jungle fight. But now maybe the tilt factor is coming in just a touch as Drawn to Fame is pulling ahead.
Yeah, that was unfortunate there. Wizard had a nice death scythe on to Lucifer, and then the Nature's Wrath missed him. And if they killed Lucifer, that would have been huge. They would have taken Dragon, have wave control, lane control, and then Wizard getting caught out there trying to get a pull onto 4 people. Basically cost him his life, and as a result, look at it, they lose a Dragon and a Spirit Sentinel.
This just goes to show, at this level of play, you miss one stun, and it has massive repercussions for the entire game. One missed Nature's Wrath could spell the difference between a win or a loss right here, as Waya is going in instant deletion with the Moonfall, so nice counterplay, but maybe an overcommittal there from Rude with that Angelic Splinter. But I need to see VVV do something with this. They got the pick, but because of the macro play of Drawn to Fame, they've got no wave to push with.
Yeah, the wave hasn't pushed, and as a result, if you have no pressure on any side of the map, when you get a kill, you can't use that pressure to then get ahead.
So they really need to follow up with, Lucifer, the combo from VVV. That was sick.
Jordan with the Flying Spear, and then McFly with the burst, but look at Hikes there, woo!
That was a great counter kill there from Drawn to Fame. That was exactly what they needed to get done. The Joker on the flank, that additional attack speed, helping to get that, you know, just a couple extra autos in there. The follow-up with the snipe, the rocket comes on through, and into outer space they go.
Yeah, one thing, I know we talk about Batman being really weak early game. Soul Reaver, though, is a huge buff. When he lands it lands an ability, it basically gives him 7% attack buff for melee combat, and it allows him to do so much extra burst damage here. So they have to watch out because he can still burst down the Slims very fast. Slims has no armor defense, and that's what makes him really weak against a Soul Reaver melee assassin like a Batman here. Yeah,
I mean, we talked about after the 6-minute mark, Batman needs to be ahead. Well, they are ahead, which is allowing them to extend, you know, what he's able to do on the map right now. Oh, McFly, you need to be careful. The bait is real. McFly's going to try and get out. Yikes actually missed the stun. The follow-up is there, though. The Dark Dominion Yikes is going to be able to get himself out in time. Lucifer's going to follow up. The Reiki shot is there on the back of a great hissy fit from that Zoom, and that is gonna be no
that was
kills.
Insane. Rude, you got it. Angelic Splinter came down, then he stunned Hikes and allowed McFly to finish the kill there. Yikes gets pulled away and distracted by Mina's Dark Dominion. Really good job by Wizard, and then the rotation from Jordan came just in time, and they trade 1-for-1, but if you're behind and you're trading 1-for-1, that's fine. That gives you actually positive trade because of that, but they will lose a Dragon here, and that's one thing that they have to watch. They cannot let a Batman composition continue to take objectives and let this team get ahead to snowball them.
But I mean, for VVV, if they get past,
Whoa!
Whoa!
What?
trying to make my point here as they go in. They get the additional counter kill, though. Nicely done. VVV, the counterplay. This seems to be their trademark so far in this game. Drawn to Fame overextends a little bit for a kill, and then VVV is able to punish them for it.
Ooh.
VVV, happy going late game. That's the one thing they're absolutely okay with, because look at their composition. Suijay, they have the double marksman. If any team is fine going to, I don't know, 12, 14, 16 minutes, it's going to be VVV.
And you get, like my fly get late game, double marksman, that's going to be super hard to dive because they have so much range. And you have the Mina and the Zenio to protect him, and the Crixie. You dive onto them, Zenio has Malice, Mina has Dark Dominion, she has a Death Sight to pull you away from her carries. And then you have, of course, Crixie's Moonfall and Nature's Wrath. That's so much AoE damage, they can literally blow them up. But what Batman has, though, Crixie was changed where if Crixie does have vision on the opponent, her Moonfall will not hit them.
That is actually a key component there, so we'll watch how this plays out. Wizard, once again, maybe overextending the canned laughter, and that's the positioning we were talking about.
Man.
Thinking he's just a little bit more tanky than he is, and the Joker from a Hike showing, look, like, I know what's going on, and this is it.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. Hikes has Fenrir's Tooth. That means he does extra damage when the opponent is below 50% health. So with the Canned Laughter and increased attack speed, that is perfect combo and perfect itemization by Hikes. I really like what he did with this Joker here. And as a result, Wizards gotta be careful because he's not tanky. He's the lowest level, level 10 versus level 12 Joker. It's not good. Not level 13. And if you're behind 2 or 3 levels, you're not that tanky.
That is not where you want to be, and already these auto attacks are hitting hard. Ninja in response, though, doing a pretty good amount of poke in his own right, but a lot of angry circles for VVV between the Moonfall, between the Angelic Splendor, the Heavenly Barrage, the Dark Dominion. If they can go in and... Oh, no, Yikes is there. The Dark Dominion doesn't actually connect. The Death Sight didn't come out first, so whiffing the combo there was Wizard.
Wow, that was a crazy, aggressive engage. That's just the power of Batman. If played right and you can focus on high value targets, you can blow up a mage or a marksman so easy. Because think about it, they don't build any armor defense. And as a result, all that burst damage comes through. The forearm strike does double the physical damage, along with Soul Reaver, like in Omni Arms, where procs an ability and 7% damage amp allows Batman to really do a lot of work.
Yikes, not opting to back after that last engage. He has almost no HP to work with, but look at the aggression from Drawn to Fame. This is exactly how they want to play this. Sure, we're going to allow you to get to late game, but Warrior are just going to live in your jungle and not allow you to farm. It doesn't matter if you get to late game if you don't have the items, if you don't have the gold to back it up. Now, Yikes is trying to sustain through here in the jungle, lifesteal his way back up, as it looks like VVV is going to look to try and engage right this. Rude is going to be the target, but very tanky as that Zenio, the Reiki shot, going to connect as well. In just a second here, can he escape?
Wow.
No! Taking down all that HP. The snipe!
Ooh, so close there. And Root's tanky. Look at his build. He's pretty tanky. Look how much damage coming out from this Joker. The Rank Breaker, the Fenrir's Tooth, and oh my god, Ninja is gone.
Ooh,
just like that.
Ninja thinking he could trade right there, try and make something happen, thinking, look, I can outpoke my opponents. No, says Lucifer, back on that mid-mage roll, the Liliana, and feeling happy about it.
Yeah, and again, they have no armor defense. Joker, Batman, and Lubu, that's a lot of damage coming out from them. And without armor, you're going to be super squishy. Look at that burst damage from the Killing Joke flying out from Hikes there.
That is absolutely massive. The heart shot threading the needle, going right through the middle. In the own right, the minions getting pulled in there from Wizard. I like this. The stun, the fall of the canned laughter, and that's going to be it.
Whoa, my god. Hikes on this Joker, and Joker just did get a buff as well, and he's just showing off the burst damage coming from this Joker.
Oh! With the additional damage of the Hissy Fit, that's just going all in, diving the high ground, but the minions have actually fallen. So this was a huge misplay from Drawn to Fame, thinking they had the ability to just dive with impunity, that the tower was going to go down. Hikes! Leave him alone!
These canned laughters are bursting and exploding on their opponents and doing so much damage. He's going to have it up in any second here. Root's got to be careful. Fenrir's Tooth is going to do so much damage against you, along with Omni Arms. That combo is so massive burst, and Batman and Lubu also has Omni Arms as well. They are a comp that just wants to focus one target and literally explode them, and so far it's been working really well. However, they are very squishy, and VVV has to fight back and do the damage first. If they can initiate first and delete their opponents so that the burst damage doesn't come out from Drawn to Fame, then they can win this fight. But so far, it's not looking that way, and they're going to lose if they don't initiate first.
I need a really big flicker into Dark Dominion. I need Wizard to go off. I need him to find the key backline. I need him to find Hikes. And if he can do that, maybe they have a chance. You know Yikes is going to dive in response and probably get a kill of his own. And VVV just need to trade positive in that moment and end that initial foray with more damage dealers. If they can do that, maybe they have a chance. That's the 2-shot.
Oh my god. No armor. Guess what? Bye-bye. And that is the Omni Arms, the burst, the canned laughter, the explosion.
What do you do against that?
Man, again, like you said, Wizard's got to go in there. He's got to flicker and Dark Dominion. And then the entire team needs to follow up with a Malice, with a Crixie knockup, with a Moonfall, with a Flying Spear, with a Yorn Heart. The Heart Shot also immobilizes the hero. So they have some CC to fight back here, but they gotta work together here.
Oh, if that Batarang connected, that would have been... Wizard, no,
okay.
no. Oh, did he try and flicker in and find it? That was... I think he did, he got stunned.
Trying to Dark Dominion the grass?
Yeah, no, I mean, that grass really wants to take him down now.
God.
As the split pushing is going on all fronts right now. The Slayer lane tower falls, the mid tower has fallen, the minions are pushing in onto the core. VVV are in dire straits. Drawn to Fame is looking to take game number 1. They're pushing in here. Drawn to Fame is trying to survive. They've killed the minions, they're backing them up, but Waya is still on the core. Can they hold this as the next set of minions are coming on through the Spying Sphere? Is not going to connect. McFly is there trying to take them down. Will they be able to do it? McFly, no, it's getting deleted, but the minions have fallen. Drawn to Fame is looking to end this right now. Can VVV sustain? They need to hold on for just one more second, but it's just Jordan, and no, that is going to be it. Drawn to Fame take game number 1.
Try as they may, try as they might, Vinny Vidi Vici will not win tonight. They walk away with a loss, unfortunately, in game number 1, as Drawn to Fame shows them not only are they capable of winning, but it's the first time Batman has ever won in the Valor series in 2 seasons.
Yeah, that was amazing. Yikes knew who to target, but honestly, the hero was Hikes on that Joker. His build was phenomenal. It might have been a new side lane meta, honestly. I mean, he was literally comboing, just 2 combos, not even 3, comboing down any hero that didn't have armor just like that. Crixie, it didn't matter, but just blew up.
It was deletion. He just went in there, he's like, yep, 1 and 2. It's been fun, and just the Batman Joker combo. I mean, there's some sort of sweet.
That's a lot of burst, actually. Physical burst damage.
It's a lot of burst. But I was thinking about it in terms of the lore. That's really cool. I'm a big fan of those two. I'm a big fan of those two working together, sorting things out, and putting on some disgusting plays.
You can see there, 11-4-3, Joker with Omni Arms, Fenrir's Tooth, Rank Breaker. He has Punchline, which means his passive allows him to charge up his auto attack. So you auto once, you go in with pick a card, any card, you land a Killing Joke next, and then you hit Canned Laughter, and then boom, they're dead. And then you can basically launch another attack onto them with the increased attack speed. So look at it, he did 32.4% of the entire team's damage. I love how he's able to counter the double marksman composition of VVV with his play.
Now, I want to go ahead and touch upon that Lu Bu as well. I know this is it was kind of a messy game from both sides when you kind of think about it, but you still got to see some of the strengths that Lu Bu has now in this current patch.
Yeah, he was able to split push really well and distract them. Although he did count out and got killed a few times, he put so much pressure on that side of the top side of the map. It allowed Drawn to Fame to secure all the dragons. And if you're a melee jungle composition, assassin comp like Batman or anything else, you want to get as many dragons as possible to get that level lead to then put pressure on your opponents.
He was a great distraction in team fights. He wasn't necessarily the one doing the bulk of the damage like we mentioned, but he was able to get in the back, dish out those stuns, get the slows, able to just be an annoying, somewhat threat that you had to deal with. You're like, oh, I have to clean up this Lu Bu, and oh wait, Joker killed me.
Yeah, and in Spirit of Longenius, it decreases your armor. It basically shreds your armor, so it allows Batman and Joker to do even more damage to you if Lu Bu lands attacks. And Lu Bu has attack speed buffs. His passive martial arts allows him to basically attack more after every ability, attack faster, so you can shred your armor even quicker. And I really like the composition that Drawn to Fame theory crafted here. Really, really cool.
All right, well, let's go ahead and take a look at what we have now in the second game. We've got Drawn to Fame versus Vinny Vidi Vici. Is game number 2 as Drawn to Fame find themselves on the blue. Vinny Vidi Vici finds themselves on the red, and Net and Crest banned away immediately.
No real surprise there. Want to get the Crest off the board. One of those high impact heroes, Metamorphosis now. with the changes that were made to him 2 patches back. Just such a terrifying and big technical dude.
Definitely. I see a Bennett, Arm will be banned here. One thing VV I want to work on is the synergy between Ninja and Wizard. I mean, he missed a few Nature's Wrath that could have turned the tide for
missing
him.
that kill on
That's
Liana.
the key, and I feel like Ninja not as good as Crixie as he is on his Raz, so maybe they can try to get the Raz on him, or maybe he plays Ignis. Like, play the Ignis, man. Like, get him in there, because both teams don't play him.
Ignis is not, TJ was mentioned this earlier, he's not just a hero you just pick up. You need some games
true.
on Ignis.
You do.
You need 1 or 2.
Irie, okay.
No,
Oh, okay.
that makes more sense. I mean, Wizard had some moments of brilliance in the early game. He got a couple sick death sites, he got a couple good taunts, the Dark Divinity was there, but then it just started to kind of had it off.
The thing with Wizard, he got low, and in Joker with Fenders 2, that amplifies his physical damage after you're below 50% HP. So Kriknak is a smart ban. We know Yikes is very strong on melee junglers. We just saw him with the Batman there. So are they going to first pick with Arum? Zenio could be a good first pick here. Is that Zephyrs? Okay.
I guess they want that. They really want that jungle.
Okay, they're going to take Lindis
They want the
instead.
jungle. When Lindis
wasn't even contested last time at all.
that's so
Wasn't
bizarre.
banned or picked.
No, so you go from not being pick banned to first picked.
Teamy. Okay, little bro is going to show up here. Zenio should definitely be picked up. I feel like Rude was such a difference maker. He had a lot of good Zenio plays, as long as they can capitalize and work together as a team, because he actually helped Hikes, help them secure the kill. Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
He helped McFly secure the kill on Hikes and Bomb Lane there with the perfect timing of Angelic Splendor. So they just need to work together with the Irie there, and I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, that is a great side lane combos. Both side lanes picked up now for VVV. So I'd actually like prioritization on the support and mid here from Drawn to Fame, as they know that they can get their picks of side laners whenever they want at the
Hey, shorter draft times. You guys gotta know who to pick.
That was a
man. Now they're playing the double marksman.
15 seconds seems like an eternity, but
Yeah.
guys, when you're actually going into this, it's not a long time.
It's very fast actually.
That's a side lane Violet.
I mean, I've listened to a team's draft and they just take too long. They second guess each other, and this is why you need, when it comes to draft, you need one person to make the calls.
Yeah.
One person is the decider in the draft, because you have 5 chiefs, you're in trouble because no one will make a decision.
I believe the expression is too many cooks in the kitchen. And that is potentially...
Or too many chiefs in the TP,
Ooh.
if you want to think about it.
Ozin Ka will make another appearance. Will he win this one? And yeah. Sorry, I was
No.
just excited about Ozin Ka.
No, you're fine. You're just talking about the game. I'm just talking about chiefs in the TP.
Could be too many chiefs in the TP here. And look at it.
Yeah, I mean, that's... I mean, you had Ignis. You were hovering... Well, I guess he's got his Raz. Fine.
Maybe Ozin Ka comes from the Indian tribe secretly, and he'll conjure the sand wraith to win the games.
I mean, Drawn to Fame is...
I don't need to be too many chiefs in a TP. I'm just going to get the sand to cover your TP, and I'm just going to rule all over the sand. But let's talk about that Ozanka specifically, because he is, while Ignis loves to deal with the fire, Ozanka likes to deal with the sand. How does he go with his composition? But more importantly, how does Ozanka find himself in the current meta?
Well, they don't have a lot of... Violet has no CC, Lindis has none. They have to combo together with Arjun. If he lands his Sand Trap and he petrifies an opponent after activating his passive Sand Trap, that's a 1.2 second petrify. That means they cannot move and use abilities, right? And then you can combo with a Sand Punch, which is a knock-up, and then the Sand Wraith and a Dust Devil. And Dust Devil was buffed, so it does a lot of AoE damage. Everyone's on top of each other. So that is the key to winning with Ozanka. And if they can do it, yeah, might work.
He is a highly combo-focused hero. But
He is.
So you need to know how to play him, first of all. But secondly, the team needs to know how to play around him. Because if you can follow up, it's very easy to like disrupt what he's trying to do, like land a stun, so he misses his stun. It's like, so they just need to get their chain CC unlocked.
I do also want to give an interesting little tangent that we want to kind of remind everybody at home about. Whether or not you find yourself an experienced player of Arena Valor, or you find yourself a inexperienced or a newer player of Arena of Valor, this Valor series, specifically in Season 2, has shown how versatile and how diverse the game really is. I just took a look at it for North America alone. Of the current 73 heroes that are released in the North American region,
Wow.
68 of them have been used in the Valor series as of this current game.
I mean, that's
There's only been 5 heroes that have not been picked, and it's been Baldum, Butterfly, L'Oreal, Preda, and Talanis.
which, to be fair...
Well, Talon is actually viable now.
So to be fair, if you include all the regions in that, only 2 have not been played.
Wow.
Because because Butterfly has been played.
Yep.
Well, it's only Baldum and Talanis who have not seen game time.
Yeah, so just a purest example of the versatility as well as the diverse pool that is in Arena of Valor. But guys, it's time to get right back into the games. Drawn to Fame finds themselves up a game over Veni Vidi Vici.
Can Drawn to Fame take this 2-0, secure themselves the spot at Sao Paulo, or will VVV fight back? Will they attempt to shut this down? I think at this point, Drawn to Fame has pretty much locked it in, but they want to secure the 2-0 victory here. They don't want to leave anything to chance. This basically comes down to it right now. VVV needs to go off in this game.
Yeah, they got a combo together, and that's the key there. Ninja with Wizard. They're together pretty often, but Ninja is on his signature hero, Raz. What I notice is VVV will get the enemies low, and then Ninja will come in and try to finish off the team, and they'll be all a sliver of health, and he just gets killed. So if they wait until he's there, and they get in position, and they fight together, they can win. They can win, and that's the key. Is like VVV just needs to play more as a team.
They really just need to bring it all together. You're absolutely correct. And Ninja, he makes the biggest plays for his team, and I feel like it's the fact that he sometimes is able to do that and not others. So he just gets overconfident with what he thinks he can do, especially on Raz. He probably feels like he plays so much Raz that sometimes you do that. You get used to your character. You know, oh, I have 4 items. I know how much damage I can do. No, it's level 1. You've restarted this game. And you're putting yourself in a situation where you don't do as much damage as you think you do.
Exactly, and Raz is really good engaging because his passive, he has the fancy footwork, so his first hit will knock you up. And he also has the rising uppercut, which is another knock-up, and then he can do explosive KO, which knocks the whole team back and does so much AoE burst damage. And that's the key there. If they can work together with the Flying Spear and the CC, and with Zenio and Ari and Lumber, they have so much team fight potential here. They can really take it to Drawn to Fame.
We're going to need to see a really big Earth Splitter here from Wizard, but already he has taken so much damage to shut this off. The spin does not connect either. Great positioning from Drawn to Fame on this first Abyssal Dragon. The stun goes in, the Sam Punch to knock up every member of VVV, not giving them even an instant to try and contest that.
Yeah, one thing that's great about Ozenkal is he actually is really good at zoning people, and you can't really walk into the areas that he's zoning out because of all that AoE damage. You saw what the Sam Punch did there. Knocked 3 people up perfectly. They secured the dragon with 2 marksmen. I mean, Veni Vidi needs to be more aggressive. But 2 marksmen are so weak in the early game. They can really punish them if they do this right. I mean, Ari is an assassin. She is built to destroy Violet and Lindis here.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that Violet was not the pick they intended to bring into the side lane here. But Ike's is actually doing a pretty good job. There's the Ryu, but the stun vastly decreased, and Hikes literally just walks away. Zoom is here to help back him up, and now they're getting this additional chip damage on the tower, and Hikes is just fine. Up in the top lane, Wyatt is going to drop here, most likely. Jordan, one more auto. There it is, the Malleus to finish it up. So that's at least first blood going to VVV.
Yeah, and again, Jordan is doing such a good job landing these Flying Spears, landing these stuns. He has impressed me on this Slims here, and he's constantly getting these ganks. And Waya needs to watch out because that's, what, the 4th or 5th time he's been ganked already, and now going into game 2 from game 1. He's got to watch his over-aggressive positioning.
Yeah, he needs to be very careful. Well, the one player you're 100% correct to talk about is Jordan. Coming in here, filling a spot on VVV. His play has been phenomenal. Seems securing another tower right here. The Earth Splitter not going to be connecting as Ninja and Wizard not able to find a kill in mid.
Yeah, look at Ninja. They're doing such a good job out-trading Lucifer. Wizard is going to go ahead and rampage to safety.
Able to get himself out there. Drawn to Fame looking towards this next dragon, which is going to be spawning in 15 seconds. They were able to secure the first one with ease. Veni Vidi Vici needs to contest this. They cannot continue to allow these early game objectives to just go by completely uncontested. McFly is going in, but the beautiful Chaos protection. We do have the Angelic Splinter to fall up there from Rude, but McFly still falls. The Malleus is there, able to trade out with Zoom, and now Jordan has joined the fray. Great flying spear, nicely done. Good rotation for VVV. Wise to be the next target to fall off the explosive KO, and there is the nice dodge with the Ren. Waya is there. He's still gonna fall, but that was sick.
Yeah, that was such a good dodge. But then again, Jordan with that flying spear, and then of course Rude, like I said, I love him on Zenyu. He landed a perfect Malice there, secured the kill even after their boy McFly fell. Such a good counter engage and rotation by VVV. This puts them a nice lead now, 4-1, and a 1K gold lead.
That was real nice. Rude's play on Zenial has been fantastic. As you said, that Angelic Splendor, the Malleus, everything was there exactly when Wizard arrives precisely when he means to. He's channeling his inner Ignis in this game. But Wizard, his positioning is the one we need to watch. These Earth Splitters have not been effective in these fights.
Yeah, that one was last dodge there. He lands that one, but they still lose the red buff there. Yikes playing aggressive. And this is how they stay in the game here. Look at that. They're catching up from the gold lead.
Oh, Lucifer stepping just a little bit too far forward. Ryu going in. Irie is there. The ult not as effective as it used to be, but still enough to get the kill. The high ground tower, or the tower here, I should say, in the top lane is getting low, but Yikes is able to escape.
Yeah, Ninja there doing such a good job rotating, helping Waya actually. Ninja dodged Waya's Ren there, or their call ultimate. But look at this. Wizards going in there, getting pretty low.
Oh, Yikes is going to be the target. No, missing the explosive KO. Yikes needs to get out, but there's the flank coming in from McFly. And now Zoom and Waya have overextended, trying to keep alive. The heal is being popped, but they're stuck in the... Zoom.
What a nice play there. McFly with that rotation, getting the spin onto Wire, securing the kill, and then jumping in on the other two to clean up that fight. And Lucifer is going to fall as well. There it is. Oh, one more auto attack. McFly does sacrifice for life, but they will get the mid-ground tower because of that.
I think that was worth it. Azenka, you mentioned how good he is at zone control. Able to, they would have been able to hold them off in that tower for quite a while, so trading that out did allow them to pick up that key objective. Violet does do a good job of forcing them back, but Rude is able to get on their tower in the Slayer side.
Again, I love how Jordan's positioning. He's landing all his flying spirit, and he focuses down that person, which then allows his team to also focus down that same target. And he's pretty ahead right now. He's at 3.3k gold lead. Nicely ahead of the Lindis there, now 3.4. Once he starts getting a second and third tier 3 item, he's going to do massive amounts of damage there. And then Ninja is also slightly ahead of the Azenka.
I mean, you mentioned how, oh, Wizard needs to be careful. There you go. You mentioned how Jordan is hitting all his flying spears. Ooh, Ninja. Oh, they finally kill him bot. That's sick. You're almost not exaggerating. He's almost missed none of his flying. He's almost hit every single one of these flying spears. It's like they've got a magnet attached to the face of his opponents. Every single time he throws that ability out, it is having an impact. As now it looks like VVV is going to try and go in. They need to not overextend. They do grab the dragon, though. That was absolutely huge.
Yeah, what a nice Earth Splitter. They're zoning them out so Jordan can focus on the dragon. And of course, top lane, Waya falls again. That is not, he has 4 deaths to his name, losing top lane. And as a result, it allows VVV to put so much pressure on the bot lane, taking dragon and a tower. This is looking good. Now they're in invade jungle. They're playing textbook 101 here in terms of how to snowball.
Oh, there it is. VVV is firing on all cylinders. You see the double rotation pickup kill there in the bottom lane. You see the rotation up top. The solo kill from Rude onto Waya. It just seems like VVV is doing everything right.
Yeah, this is why you don't play double marksman. It's so risky, especially when they can pick an assassin and a Zenio to help rush in there and land so much combo. Irie showing us that how powerful. I mean, McFly was excellent on the split pushing. He's using the execute at the right time too. Yikes, he's gonna scare away Jordan. He's gonna jump away.
Jordan being very thankful we are not at the point in the game where Yikes basically can two-shot you there with that tread softly. So keep an eye on these crits. They are going to continue to ramp up for him when that Clavis Sancti gets online. I like second item Clavis Sancti as well for the Violet. That's an interesting build coming out from her.
Yeah, it is. Lots of crit there. They're going to try to build Slick Sling as well on top of that. And the key Jonathan needs to do is, again, we talked about it, is the Oz and Carl Arjun combo here. And they need to make sure Yikes is able to poke and do damage. Really good job by Hikester getting the tower, but he might fall here.
He might fall. McFly is very low as well. Great pick onto Hikes. We do have the Angelic Splendor coming in as well. Nicely done to keep him alive. The hand Cam comes up there from Lucifer, the heal as well. And they are able to get the pick and escape. Yikes is trying to split push and trade.
Yeah, Yikes doing a good job trading that tower there after they lose. Hikes falls to Ninja and his aggressive rotations. And right now, honestly, Wizards doing a good job landing those Earth Splitters.
Yeah, I mean, his first few to start this game were a little bit lackluster, but he's definitely been picking it up as this game has gone on. Doing a good job there, being that frontliner. The initiators putting the shoulder charge in and trying to secure these kills. But a lot of it has to do with the fact that players like Hikes have just been way too far out of position. They've been so focused on trying to get farm, they haven't been watching on how the map as a whole is developing.
Yeah, what VV needs to be careful is their jungler is falling behind Yikes there. Yikes is now ahead of Go by just 100, but he's farming so efficiently and getting ahead. He's taking lane, he's rotating through the jungle, taking opponent's jungle, and if he gets a bigger and stronger build...
Well, you may have spoke too soon.
Yeah, never mind. Now he's going to fall behind jungle if Mr. Jordan here can continue to farm up and get the lead. But looks like they're going to go for this Dark Slayer.
That is perfect. Coming in right before the 10-minute mark as well. So the Abyssal Dragon will be another potential point they can look to contest here if Drawn to Fame wants to maybe throw on that. But that timing is fantastic. The second they pick up that kill, instantly converting into a map objective. That's exactly what you want to do. As we do see a solid invade now from VVV. Let's see how they use the Drake. Lucifer's going to be the target. Azenkad not so mobile, getting chunked down to start this fight. And now the split push from Rude is going to be continuously more effective once they add the Drake to this mix. That's exactly why you got that Zenio.
Yeah, that was a nice chaos production by Zoom there, able to help his team save that tower and prevent getting CC'd again. They gotta be careful here.
Waya is going to be the target. The Flying Spear does miss. Nice dodge once again with the Ren. The call, I should say, going in there, and now Zoom is the frontliner. But look at how much damage Jordan is doing. Ninja in the back, gonna fall, trying to trade it out. The damage from Azenka is there. The follow-up, can Wizard get in? Yes, he does, allowing Jordan to continue to dish this damage. The Slims needs to stay alive. He needs to continue to do this as McFly is gonna look to rejoin the fight, the Chaos Protection. Look at how long Rude is surviving. They go with the follow. The Ryu was there, off the back of the spin. Zoom's the target. A couple more auto attacks from Jordan is there. He is still alive. Yikes is there. The follow-up spin from McFly. Waya is trying to chase him down, but no, Jordan survives.
That was such an aggressive play by VVV. Ninja going in by himself against 3 of his opponents, and then they burst him immediately, and then his team then follows up. Because of McFly's rotation, they're able to savage that fight, and Jordan was positioned perfectly in the back line, not falling, but Drawn to Fame took advantage of the uneven numbers there. They had 5 of their team against 4. As a result, they do win that trade, and they're able to then take their jungle and not lose it. And that's something VVV's got to be careful. Stop engaging in an uneven fight. They tend to do that a lot based on the past history of this team.
I mean, they did a pretty good job, all things considered. Jordan was
true.
able to walk the wire. That was that fight, able to stay alive, just continue to auto-attack. His thumbs were tippity-tapping so very quick right there, just trying to dish as much damage as he can. He just does not quite hit hard enough yet. Yikes. The crits coming out from him is something you need to be watching for here. But now, once again, we're seeing the split push of VVV here, utilizing the Zenio.
Yeah, but the key is they gotta follow up with one another. They have to combo together. Jordan and Ninja were focusing different targets, and that's not how your comp is gonna win. So they need to be very careful with how they're engaging here.
Speaking of engage, Yikes needs to make sure he's not engaged upon. McFly is going in the Ryu on the flank. He does find Yikes a couple more auto attacks. The Shadow is there. The Essence of the Wind to keep him alive. Now McFly is overextended. He needs to stay inside the Angelic Splendor. Rude is there. Beautiful job in the front line. And that is a complete whiff on the Earth Shatter. Waya is there. Yikes able to skip the high ground. Now Rude is going to the front line. And the rest of his team saying, back up, man. We need you to get out of here. McFly is already forced to retreat right now. But now Ninja's going in. This is the counter engage. What is going on? VVV, make up your mind.
They gotta be careful there. They gotta commit or back off. Ninja could have fell very quickly going into 4 people. Now Yikes, 8.7k, almost 1,000 gold ahead of Jordan. That is not good. He's gonna start getting his bailed. Clav Sanctity is gonna allow him to boost so much burst. Slims does have a lot of damage as well, but you cannot fall behind as a jungler against your opponent jungler, because if Zek doesn't get killed in the beginning of the fight, he can carry against VVV.
Well, we're going to look to see if that happens here, if they can come online in that way. Yikes. Watch for that. Talking about carrying, Yikes is going to try and do just that. However, the Enraged Abyssal Dragon is going to be going over to VVV, so they're going to have that team fight buff, which I feel like is maybe the edge they need.
Leverage that team fight buff, get more map control right here, rotate together. McFly has a lot of good engages. He landed a Ryu. He almost killed Yikes, but his teammates weren't there. And Rude, perfect Angelic Splendor to support McFly. But if they just work together and go in the same time when McFly goes in and focus the same target, then VVV can easily win all these fights. But their split focus and bad positioning in the beginning of these fights are not helping them.
This is really what we need to watch for here, is them to get on the same page. Irie, she's been doing her job. She's been flanking, but the rest of the team has just not been able to be there in time. The MVP for VVV so far has definitely been Rude. His split pushing has been fantastic, and his Angelic Splendors are perfect every single time.
Yeah, he does need to cast it maybe a few seconds earlier when McFly is engaging, so that he can then land in time after it channeled for about a little over 2 seconds, and then hit them with the Malice, so then McFly can secure that kill with the Malice stun and then a follow-up spin stun, because it should be off cooldown by then.
That's the dream right there. Ideally, you know, up against some maybe mobile targets, maybe that's the thought process. McFly's like, I need one more shadow. If you cast it too early, I'm going to be out of it if I need to chase this kill. But either way, they've been fairly good with the synergy, but you're right. They can clean it up even just a little bit more, get the Malleus into play for that chain CC. That's how they will secure a kill here. But I have to give props for Drawn to Fame. They've been doing a pretty good job defending this high ground.
Yeah, they are doing a really good job. They have double marksman too, so they can have an easy time defending the high ground here. So it's going to come down to execution and the follow-up stun. Right there, they could have killed Lucifer instantly there if the whole team was on the same page. One stun that lands like that means death sentence for that team.
One stun and a team to follow up means death. That's it. That's all it takes. At this level of play, we saw it in the last game. One missed stun or one stun that does connect can be the difference of life or death as they go on the high ground. Oh, no! That is the instant execution. VVV's like, we experienced it in the last game, and now it's your turn.
See what I said?
Hey!
Ozzy has 0 defense. He's only level 13, and look at Yikes. He's going to continue to farm on his own to get fed here, so he can carry his team to victory. And Lindis, so slippery there with her tread softly, allowing her to rush through these bushes to safety. But like I said, if VVV lands a stun, the team needs to commit. Every time they commit, they blow up that opponent and they win the fight. They have such a nice lead now. 6,000, almost 7,000 gold lead. With, oh, look at the item builds. They have so much items advantage over their opponents. They need to capitalize on their stun combos.
Almost 6 stacked, and despite the fact that they're almost 6 stacked, they don't have enough damage to kill this Dark Slayer.
Yeah, they're too afraid. Honestly, they don't have to be afraid because Oz and Call just respawn, and they could have easily taken a Dark Slayer or turn and get a stun onto one of those opponents, like Yikes, and then basically take the Dark Slayer and get the kill. But they're playing a little passive when they are slow. Look at that, 17 kills to 5 Inferno. Why are they playing so passive? You are ahead. You need to play like you're ahead. Like in the early game, you are ahead. This is dangerous here. They cannot do this. This is very dangerous because if this turns in the favor of Drawn to Fame, this could be their chance to come right back into this game.
Yeah, and already mistakes being made though. Jordan taking that auto attack to start things off, meaning he's going to have the debuff there, trying to take this down. VVV are going to look to back up now. They cannot engage in the situation. Wizard, though, says no. He's going to go back in. Great Chaos Protection. McFly in the backline. The Re was there trying to take down Yikes. Can they get the kill? No. Able to get himself out. The Flying Spear, though, finds Lucifer. That's the Uzenkog gone. Waya is trying to trade the backline, but that is to continue follow-up there on to Drawn to Fame. The respawn is not going to be nearly enough as VVV with a few quick kills.
That was perfect. I love what the Engage Ninja went in there, and guess what Jordan did? Hey, Wawa, you're on the backline, but guess what? I'm gonna ignore you. I'm gonna focus on who my team is focused on, and they get the kill on to Lucifer, then Yikes, then Zoom. That's exactly what they want to do. Hey, Waya, you're able to get the kill, but you know what? The game's going to end. You got to be careful.
Yeah, I love that. Just the Irie just keeping the defense back. Ninja is there to... Oh, no! Hike survives, but it doesn't matter. As Benny, VD, Vici take the game, they split the series 1-1.
Benny Vidi Vici was able to rally the troops, secure themselves a barricade to, well, not a barricade, more like a wrecking ball to go through the barricade, rather, of their enemies in Drawn to Fame, and they split the series. Gentlemen, they got to win.
Yeah, I love how Jordan played. I mean, he's a newcomer to the team. His flying spears, his focus. When he didn't focus same target, they tend to lose the fight. But when he was on the same page as Ninja, and that was the biggest weakness of VV the entire 6 weeks that we've watched him, is Ninja, Ninja, Ninja. And if you play with Ninja, this is what happens. And Jordan deservingly takes that MVP.
Oh yeah, 5-0 and 11. He's able to stay in the back. Ninja went in, McFly was there as well, Jordan followed up, all the damage landed on the same page. The air splitters were still a little questionable. But overall, Wizard did a much better job of being a frontliner for his team, but it was rude.
Yes.
His split push play was so solid. His angelic spinners were there and he needed him. He is a great frontliner, did good damage of his own as well. I mean, he still did 16% of his team's damage.
He landed some key malices that just blew Lucifer up, and it's perfect using the Holy Shield and exploding it for that massive burst damage. And his Zenio is so much better than his Malik. I mean, I'm so impressed with VV. Guys, keep it up, even though you guys are at the bottom, it's okay. You guys have improved so much as a team. Keep playing your hearts out. That was very fun to watch.
And we talked about before the series, it was McFly that needed to show up and actually prove his value. Our AT&T replay shows a little bit of just that. His iReplay certainly stepped up, and he showed why, you know what, a little bit of improvement goes a long way.
Yeah, watch his rotation there. Spin, whoop, Doom gets the kill, and he jumps over to the other side, and then be able to get this kill on them as well. While you fall, Zoom, you're in trouble too. Again, goodbye. And this is where it turns the tide in their favor. So the teamwork from VVV really was on display this game.
It's come so, as you mentioned, it's come so far from week one. It's really, really cool to see how this team has progressed, not only just in terms of their, individual mechanics, but their team play, their macro. It's come a long way. They still play a little bit passive. I think they still have some of those jitters, but if they know they can take, they can take these games. They can take games off some of these better teams, and I think part of that comes down to confidence in execution. They need to trust each other that they'll be there. If they continue to do that, this is a team to watch.
Yeah, and one last thing is, hey, drafting matters. I mean, double marksman didn't work for VVV the first game, and double marksman did not work for Mr. Drawn to Fame the second game there. So double marksman, a little risky there, so be careful.
All right, well, our first North American match comes to a stunning close as VVV walks away with a 1-1 with Drawn to Fame. Don't go anywhere, guys. We've got Toxic and the newly dubbed Pride Stark Empire coming up right after the break.
Thanks to the amazing HP regeneration of her passive and ultimate, Tara is one of the best heroes in Arena Valor with regard to sustainability. Because of this, once she hits level 4, Tara rarely needs to recall in order to recover HP. A fully built Tara with Amulet of Longevity can easily be the best tank your team could ask for. After discussion with some of the professional Arena Valor players, we decided on the following items as one of the best tank builds for Tara: Leviathan, Gilded Greaves, Mantle of Ra, Medallion of Troy, the Aegis, and Amulet of Longevity. Today, let's focus on the godly Amulet of Longevity and how it's one of the best items for Tara. The Amulet of Longevity provides an additional 1700 max HP and increases HP regeneration by 100 points every 5 seconds. But the benefits don't end there. The Amulet of Longevity also provides 2 unique passives. The first passive increases all healing received by 20%. And yes, you heard that right, a whopping 20%. The second one increases max HP by 10%, which is just as impressive, and also a fantastic complement to the first passive. These 2 passives are simply made for Tara. They drastically increase the HP regeneration she receives from her passive and ultimate, making it harder for enemies who are chasing Tara across the map to take her down. All this extra HP also helps Tara's teammates to put an end to the game while Tara absorbs all the damage. As strong as Amulet of Longevity is, we recommend you not to buy it until the late game. Not only is the price too high to purchase early on, but you will also not have enough total HP in the early to mid game to take advantage of this item's passive. The Amulet of Longevity is also a great choice for many other heroes besides Tara, such as Arun, Zenial, Kilgroth, and others. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Unfolds around him.
I'll let my fist do the talking.
Welcome to the arena.
upset the established hierarchy. Our first match pitched VVV up against Toxic in a true test of the VVV roster. Toxic came out strong, relying on their individual mechanics to propel them in the early game. VVV tried to rally, but to no avail, simply outclassed by the team fighting and macro play of Toxic. This squad of veterans showed why they have been steadily climbing the leaderboards. Game 2 showed some promise for VVV, able to take some early objectives and contest Toxic in fights. They just could not sustain the pressure, however, as Toxic rotations were just too clean. They take the series 2-0. Match 2 saw Drawn to Fame taking on Tribe Gaming. Tribe once again showed up in a big way, putting on their game faces and going all out versus DF. To their credit, Drawn to Fame fought back well, taking some small skirmishes and contesting team fights. It was the constant harassment and invades from Tribe that were just too much to handle. Not even the surprisingly effective Gilder in Game 2 was enough to stop the rampage of Beggin' the Boys as they take the series 2-0. Day 2 pitted the up-and-coming star of Toxic up against the behemoth of Allegiance. While it seemed like Toxic had it all together in Day 1, up against the force of nature that is ALG, it just wasn't enough. Game 1 was complete domination. Controlling the pace perfectly, Rest put on a clinic on Mina. Game 2, however, was a different story. Showing the same early game weaknesses that cost them in the AWC, ALG struggled over early game fights. However, once again, we saw a team that was unable to convert kills into towers, and despite getting ahead, Toxic just could not mount an effective push. Rocker came online in the mid-game, and with the help of Sleepy, carried the team to victory. Our final match of the weekend saw the two last place teams in the region go head-to-head. This time, however, Kranis came in with a game plan. Utilizing the veteran experience of Beast, Kranis was finally able to mount a convincing early game while simultaneously executing on their macro. It was truly like watching a new team as they seemed to be reborn in this match. Game 2 especially showed that their rotations and shot calling have come a long way since week 1, never giving VVV an opportunity to farm and constantly outpacing them in tower pushes. Securing their first game and series win, Kranis take the series in a convincing 2-0. With that final upset, the North American region seems to have truly shaken out. The only question remains if Kranis will have what it takes to challenge Drawn to Fame for that final playoff spot.
Falls around him.
let my fist do the talking.
Welcome to the arena. Arena of Valor.
The newest balance update came down and struck the Antares battlefield like a strike of lightning, as we have seen rapid matches as well as a multitude of success across 2 different regions. But now it's North America's turn to see how well we can get themselves to have a bang for their buck. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're live from the Intel Esports Arena for Season 2 of the Valor Series, brought to you by Facebook Gaming. My name is Jump, and I'm joined still by Mr. Sweetjay, and now Invirum is back on the desk. Sir, I know you just filled yourself with some delightful lunch that we have had. Are you ready for North America?
Oh, I'm recharged. I am refueled. I'm ready for NA. The LATAM games were crazy. Those guys love to scrap. Let's see if NA is going to, continue the trend or maybe play a little more conservative.
I'm excited for North America as they are caught up on the meta. So
Okay, my mic wasn't on. I don't know what happened. I stepped away. Did it reset from? It says I've been streaming for an hour 16. This is a 2 hour 16-minute endeavor. So I'm assuming an hour 16 would make you guys ready for game 1 versus Toxic versus Pride Start. And whoever said the big boss. I put it. That's why I do. I bring it here to Twitch. Someone else is copying me though. Like I've been doing this since I started.
Murad?
Yeah, I don't know why it's resetting like that. But here.
To give it a go.
I do like.
All right, so this is where you guys.
Mina. Neo plays Mina so well there. Arm is.
I don't know why it's doing that. I'm not doing that. Trust me.
Neo is really good at Arm, so I do like that they're targeting.
But yeah, someone else is doing it, but they're doing it live, and I didn't want to do it live because I'm assuming that Valor Series obviously is contracted with Facebook, and I don't want to get a DMCA, which is a channel takedown for streaming something that is contractually between Arena of Valor and of course Facebook. But I noticed someone was doing it today, and they didn't get DMCA'd, so I might start. I plan to do this next week, but live, so streaming when it starts. I actually plan to do it live, which would be week 8, which is the last week before they enter the playoffs. But here is yesterday's, which is day 1's proceedings, matches.
Target banning Neo because he is the difference maker. If he plays Chognar, he tends to put himself out of position at times, and he's easy to focus down. So I think for Pride Start to win, they have to take advantage of the over-aggressive positioning of Neo and Bobo. Oh no! Okay, this is the change here. The draft is much shorter, so you have to make your decision within that mark, or else you're gonna waste it.
Yeah, that could actually be huge there for Toxic. I mean, because Pride Stark obviously has those 1-2, they get the 2 picks off the bat. more really strong heroes that are open, it could actually be a big advantage for them here. So I'll see what Toxic does going into this. This is actually, I know it looks like something small. It's like, oh, the difference of one hero, but it really, please don't miss 2 bans.
They're gonna keep everything open, I guess. I think
They
it's
tried
just
to
maybe
they tried to ban Mario at the end there, but
yeah. So they want Lindis potentially on to basic here. They might first pick the Lindis, but Ignis is open. There's so many strong. Marja is open. We know NA tends to prioritize Marja in the upper tiers.
banning the Chognar, what do you think about that?
Open. There's a lot of very powerful picks open. Mina is open with Chognar ban. Mina is a great first pick. Kriknak is open as well. So it looks like they're going to pick that Kriknak. I think, haven't seen, I don't remember if Basic played Kriknak, but he's very meta. He's extremely powerful against the marksman compositions.
I'm not 100% sure why you would ban the Chognar when the Kriknak was still up for grabs, but
yeah, but now they have Mina. They have a really solid composition. Mina and Zenio are solid picks into a marksman composition that can keep them live enough against Kriknak's explosive damage. Now,
all right, okay,
Ignis,
now actually this makes the Chognar makes a lot more sense, because that's what you know you're going to want to pick up the Mina yourself, grab the Zenio, the additional CC. Okay, all right, I see you, Pride Stark, I get it.
Malik is really solid. You can play now a range side laner. You can play a Joker. You can play a Lindis side lane. You can even do more in side lane, but I think Joker will probably make more sense. Joker, Yorn, or Lindis will make more sense. The Lindis Kriknak comp is so strong because they rotate so fast. And Kriknak and Lindis have extra speed movement, especially once Kriknak hits level 4. They can rotate and gank opponents so quickly and then farm very fast. So it looks like they're going to do a Violet side lane here, which may work out. So Basic might move to side lane unless they're going to allow maybe even Bobo. Bobo actually can play Violet really well. He's known for marksman heroes, actually.
Interesting here. So the support's going to be grabbed as well as...
Oh, wow. Batman?
I don't know if that was on purpose.
What?
Batman?
Batman Kriknak. That's actually a lot of AoE burst there. If they can land and get the stuns off with the Forearm Strike Batarang and the Sunshine Stun and the Kriknak Drone Drop, Terrifying Play combo, they can blow Liliana or Slims up very quickly.
Well, that much damage, they can blow up the Zenio.
So now we've seen a Batman picked in 2 of the 3 games here in North America. Is this kind of just North America being North America, or is there viability with this Batman potential?
I think the Soul Reaver changes because after you use an ability, it enhances your damage. It does extra magic damage like Omni Arms does. After you use an ability, it does that extra damage burst, and then you get 77% damage buff over the next 3 seconds with Soul Reaver. So Batman with Soul Reaver is actually extremely bursty, and then his Forearm Strike does double the physical damage against the opponent he hits with it, with a Batarang stun as well. So he can literally 2-shot a lot of 2 or 3-shot a lot of carries without armor defense.
See, they have to execute it though. They have to follow up and they have to be there. Like the Sunshine needs to be on point. The drone drop will need to be there, and how they play around these shocks. And all the while, they need to think about protecting their Ignis, because you know that is going to be Marja potentially in the backline. That's the one saving grace for Toxic, is the fact that Pride Stark does not have a lot of dive.
I was about to say, because guys, even if they did, they still have the Alice. You know, you've got the Alice potential for the Protect as well. In combination with how that does against the Mina, I'm interested to see how Pride Stark is going to be able to utilize their teamwork, because this has been something that, while it's not perfect by any means, it has been a growing piece of their strategy.
Yeah, the key is Mina. If Mina gets a good engaged, Toxic has no direct counter or reply to Mina's Dark Dominion. If she gets a Dark Dominion on the entire enemy team, they're toast. I mean, and also, the key is Mina has to play defensively too. She has to get a Dark Dominion onto Kriknak, otherwise... or Batman, otherwise they'll lose.
All right, well, the road to Sao Paulo is getting shorter and ever so much closer as we find ourselves with Toxic versus the newly dubbed Pride Stark Empire in game number 1.
Toxic is coming into this the favorites, but Pride Stark is playing with their backs against the wall. They need to take this series to have a chance of going to Brazil. It all comes down to this final series. They need to make it happen here, and already they're going in with a strong invade. This is the kind of decision-making I like to see. If they can snipe this out, that's exactly the one, but they can't fall for it.
Proxer, and look at that Sunshine by Neo. He secures a kill, and Dozer may fall as well.
That was a 2v3. How? How?
My goodness. It's Proxer and Neo. I mean, like I said, they get maximum value from that cleave, hitting AoE, the Sunshine hitting multiple people as well, and then they're focusing on the same target, which allowed them to then get the kill. That was fantastic by them. And then Mr. Proxer, again, we talked about how much improved he has. He's the one that took the red golem.
After all that, ending up getting the buff, we're seeing the side lane Batman doing so much work already. We talked about how strong this character is in the early game, exemplified, personified here, as we do see a full collapse onto 2 members of Toxic, found way out far from home. Neo forced to flicker back over the wall. Go, gets stuck on the wall though, is gonna fall. That was actually a crucial misstep here. So a lot of committal from resources, but at least PrideStar gets the kill.
Yeah, a little over eager. I don't know why you would ever invade 2-man. Come on, guys. You can never, ever invade 2-man. They just don't work. Every single professional game I've seen it just doesn't work unless you're massively ahead. But even then, it's still risky. But look at Bobo winning the side lane against him.
And Valor falls on a Marja. That's not what's supposed to happen right there. Basic has level 4. He has that drone drop. That was the key.
Exactly. That was the key. That burst damage, that terrifying plague does 10% of your health damage. That's what makes Cricknack so bursty, on top of his AD scaling as well. This guy can literally blow up a tank if you let him. And that's why you got to be careful with Cricknack there. This insect.
The key is
very bursty.
The key is to not let him. That's really what it comes down to. And
already
Bobo is forced back a Zennial in lane. Zune playing one of the strongest laners in the game, and Bobo has like not even taken damage. What?
Yeah,
is Bobo just that good?
If he's constantly coming out and landing the forearm strike, that's double the physical damage, and you also get a battle rank stun. You get the auto attacks in as well. Basic. So scary when those wings fly up.
Oh boy. Going in, trading basically even in terms of that damage there. As the Spirit Sentinel is going to look to get picked up here by PrideStar. Doze is there, giving Beast the opportunity, but Neo and friends are coming in. Bobo's on the flank. We are going to see it going over to PrideStar. A missed drone drop there from Basic.
Yeah, and there you see the bite mark of Cricknack there. It does extra additional AD damage, has 1% AD scaling as well. And his drone drop actually has 260% AD scaling. That's why this guy is so bursty once he builds a lot of weapon power or attack damage power in his kit. And that's why he doesn't need that much defense. But the key to counter him is he's squishy. So blow him up before he blows you up.
Yeah, he goes in, he commits in the drone drop. He's probably going to die for it. Speaking of dying, Proxer is now in real deep. The Angelic Splinter is coming in to help keep them alive. Zune is here. Proxer is going to be the target surviving for so long, but eventually going to go down raw as well. Nicely done. The Flicker is there to try and escape. And Zune maybe going to chase this, trying to follow this up. But look at the fire raining down from above. Ahoon on the back of the Sunshine gets the kill.
Nice Sunshine there from Neo. Allows them to secure the kill. But Hoon doing such a fantastic job there. Maximizing his damage output and staying behind with his positioning. Look at how healthy he is. Every time he activates Sacred Flame, he gets that nice heal and also that barrier he has. That's what makes him so good with Alice.
It's just got such low cooldowns.
Oh my
Look at that. Look, he's able to just combo that perfectly, get the stun off, get that additional damage. Liliana's job is like, I'm all about poke. That's sort of my thing. And Ignis is like, hello, I am back in the meta. And Liliana's gets real sad.
Yeah, and that's the power of the Rain of Fire. Even though it's a little predictable, it's kind of easy to land the stun though if you can get some slows there, but Doze.
Oh, that was huge. Beast actually missing the key. Oh, that was massive. He needed to not miss that stun. That would have been huge. That would have actually kept Doze alive.
Yeah, the key with the Rain of Fire is without Sacred Flame, you just saw it there, it didn't stun Liliana there. Ra was not stunned because you need the mark of the Sacred Flame on them before that Rain of Fire can activate that 1 second stun. And that's what makes Ignis a little dangerous with Alice there. And then Hissy Fit with his Holy Embers, that's going to be holy moly embers.
That's going to be, forget the embers, that's going to be the bonfire right there. The Hissy Fit to start things off, all that increased magic damage. You just drop the circles right on top of one another. If you can combine that with a shock, the Malice combo, we saw it exemplified so many times. There's a reason this combo is so good when you can combine that with the embers as well. Well, it's called
Malice Embers.
barbecue.
Holy Malice Embers.
That's it.
That's it. That's the combo right there. Can you imagine how much damage that would do? Shock Ultimate, the Hissy Fit, the Rain of Fire stun, along with Holy Embers AoE, and oh my goodness.
Ooh, that was big. Oh, threading the needle with that. Going in, getting the kill, diving under the tower, no problem. To answer your question, Sweej, that's basically just a control, select all, delete.
Yeah, that is. And beautiful, aggressive play by Basic there. Again, that drone drop landing does so much AoE damage and burst damage onto their opponents.
Something you have to watch for. We're seeing it here. Look at all of this going on through. They're not even landing it perfectly, but they're doing just enough that they're forcing Pride Stark back. And Pride Stark, they've been able to get a couple of kills, but they need to focus on trying to get a couple of key picks here. Beast needs to land these spears. He was the MVP for this team when they won, and his Slims was part of that. But the rest of the team needs to be there to follow up. Valor as well. He has been so quiet in this game. He can't be missing things like this.
Yes, he cannot, and that's something that he had to work on as Malik. He missed a shock ultimate, and look at that. Nice flicker, nice engage, but Basic is going to take 3 tower shots. This is really dangerous.
Going in way too deep. Luckily does not fall for him. They are doing a nice job trying to bait the team, but once again, the spear does not connect. Not having the Ghost Walk as well to follow up, but somebody who's not missing any skill shots, it's Neo. These Sunshines are on point.
He barely missed that one against, if he landed, Vera would have been dead, but he's been landing every single Sunshine and hitting multiple targets.
Now we're seeing the combo going out off the back of the scythe. The Dark Dominion, Neo's going to be there. The heal is being popped. Proctor doing such a great job of tanking, kiting for his squishy support there. And now Zune is going to be the target. Great little jukes there, using these bushes, using the vision. Nicely done. I think it's not going to be enough.
It got canceled, his ultimate there. He tried to use it, it got canceled, and look at that. Pride Stark Empire is going to go ahead and take the dragon, so nice response by them. But Neo did such a good job of juggling aggro there and then flickering just in the nick of time. However, they're going to lose a mid-ground tower because of that rotation. Basic, gotta be careful.
They're going to potentially lose 2 towers here. Basic way too deep. Hey, there's the Dark Dominion. That's what you need to do. Basic, stop feeling so overconfident there, sir.
Exactly. That's the key there. That's how you counter Cricknet. When he jumps in, you Dark Dominion him, and the entire team just focuses down because Cricknet normally doesn't build a lot of defense. So Basic's got to be careful. He's got to wait for that Dark Dominion to be used or bait it out and fly away so he doesn't get hit by it.
And that's really sort of Cricknet's job. You go in, you put the drone drop, you do your whole combo, and then you probably die. You probably trade. But the key is to just try and trade up, is to try and hit as many targets as possible so that if you do go down, you at least take some high-value carries of your own with you. As now we see the invade coming in for Toxic. Bobo is there to try and disrupt that so easily.
Yeah, he tried to get on Beast, but Beast leaped of Vitality over the wall to get himself to safety there. Because if that Batarang stun hits along with the Forearm Strike and then the Dark Knight ultimate, he can literally blow up Beast, so they gotta watch out for that. But right now, honestly, they're coming back into the game. Pride Stark Empire is doing really well.
Yeah, they've done a much better job in this mid-game, though I may have spoken too soon. Valor, you have your Ghost Walk, dear sir. Probably the time to use it there.
You sneaky, sneaky guy. Yeah, Valor looks like he didn't have that.
It was on
ultimate
cooldown.
Yeah, unfortunately,
no.
but Hoon, so sneaky, hiding in the bush there, landing his Sacred Flame mark, and then dropping Rain of Fire. He got the stun on him, allowed Basic then to jump in with the drone drop, and boom, Marja just gets exploded. So really nice play by Hoon there.
Got to give props to Toxic for identifying that, maybe Valor is a potential weak link here on this squad.
Yeah.
So they have to be, punishing, exploiting that positioning. 1, 3, and 1. Those are not the stats you want to have.
Not the stats you want to have at all. Those is the key to the team here. He's going to have to land clutch Dark Dominions to turn this game around here.
Watch for those as this game continues. Doze needs to be the MVP for his team. We talked about it, and we've seen it. When the Cricknet goes in and doesn't immediately get a kill, you can get that Dark Dominion. You can find the taunt. It's chaotic. And more than that, it's a kill.
Yeah, he's clear so fast too. That drone drop and everything, the way that Cricknet can easily push a wave, take objectives, that's what makes him so good. He's rotating so fast. He's just in top lane. Now he's already in the enemy jungle already, hitting onto Vare. And look at that. They're going to pressure this tower and potentially get it here. It's
the macro game of Toxic that we're really seeing here, and this is the difference maker. They are in every single lane at one time. They are pushing every single lane at one time. Zennial's going to be doing a great job of split pushing. He has the global pressure. He does have the Angelic Splendor, so watch for that to be a factor. But we are post 10 minutes. And what is Toxic doing on cooldown?
Yeah, they are taking that dragon. Free dragon! Don't mind if I take it at all. It's going to be the 3rd dragon they get here. Level 14 to levels 11, 10, and 12 on Pride Stark Empire side here. So something that now, this is their chance to really take the lead here. Basic's chance to really push and get some kills and convert those kills into towers. And Vera needs to be careful. He might get ganked again here.
He needs to be very careful. He needs to respect the damage of his opponents. He's already taking a lot of initial poke. The Malik with that big cleave, the range on that is fantastic. Doze is looking for an opening here right now, though. But Hoon is here on the flank. Look at that, the stun going through the follow-up.
Bobo.
Oh, and Bobo's here on the flank. The Dark Knight is looking to
Gotta be
wait to
careful.
rise.
They like to overextend a little bit. They gotta be careful, but that's gonna be a free tower. Nice zoning there. I love how they cut the wave
so
with that
nice.
4-man rotation. Cutting the wave, and boom, tier 2 tower is mine. It's there.
In an instant, gone. There's the fall, the shock, the combo. Everything is there. That's the wombo. Basic is going to drop, but he trades out 1 for 2, and all the while, Batman is still split pushing. That's the combo we were talking about, Sweet J. And they want more. Hoon's deciding the fight ain't over until I say it's over. As Zune is going to be his next target. Neo is there. The fall of the sunshine. Can they get it? One more stun. Neo's going to tank it. Yes, they do.
The rain of fires and fire crashes, activating his cooldown on fire crash, casting it so many times. He landed 3 stuns in the past few seconds of that fight there. But
No,
again,
no, Valor, stop!
Woo!
Stop, Valor!
Valor.
What are you doing?
oh my
no,
goodness,
one
bye-bye.
more.
He's dead.
He's dead.
He's not dead.
That was a gift. That was a gift. He should go buy a lottery ticket today because that was just insane. His luck is crazy, but not enough to save his team as that's another high ground tower under threat now falling. Oh me, oh my. This is not a good spot for Pride Star.
I love what they did there. Hoon landed the Rain of Fire stun, and then Malik followed up, and they made that fight and won it. And then basically it was secure to kill and Liliana, and they sacrificed himself, and then Raw fell as well, and it allowed them to then take that tower on top. But Bobo, what are you doing?
He found a Mina, and the Mina said hello, and and now he's gone.
Toxic's got to work on their late game. I mean, I do not like how they play late game. They overextend and just allow teams to turn back the game and come right back in against them.
And now Hoon's in a rough position. If that spear connector that could have been disastrous. Doze is in here once again. Instant deletion. Hoon on the back line. Zune trying to split this, but Basic is in the back, surviving just a little bit longer. Proxic, though, he is there. He has the cleave, doing a great job of splitting the fight, but the damage from the Slims is enough. And now it's Neo and Hoon versus Raw and Beast. Can they make it happen? We saw what happened last time, Sweet J.
What a nice dodge by Raw there. If Raw had Sacred Flame on him, he would have been stunned by that Rain of Fire, and Hoon probably would have finished him off. But then again, the lack of focus from Pride Stark there. I don't know what Zune was doing by himself in the backline, getting 2 versus 1, because they could have easily focused front to back, kill Basic sooner, and then focus down Hoon there.
Now we see Raw. The stun connects. The Hissy Fit is there. Hoon not quite able to delete him and follow up. But look at these Rain of Fires. Oh my. If these damage the tower would be gone.
Yeah, the tower would be gone. And that's where Ignis there doesn't have the farthest range. But if you get marked by him and he lands his Rain of Fire, you're in big trouble. Bobo needs to be careful. He needs to get out of here. Look at that. Zune is checking to see where he is.
Yeah, Doze extends this thing. I was like, I think there's a Batman here somewhere. But able to escape, not getting caught out again is Bobo. I mean, that was his only death so far this game. He's 0, 1, and 2. His job has really been all about the split push.
Yeah, what Toxic needs to do, they need to take the dark. Okay, there we go. Again, they're macro game. They're not decisive enough. They need to take key objectives and close out the game. Toxic just takes their time sometimes, and they don't understand that they have the advantage, they have the lead, they have complete map pressure. They cannot get caught out. They need to take key objectives, and they need to end the game early.
Well, this is the moment because we are not ending the game early. We are now reaching the late game. Basic's gonna look to go in. Nice initial damage from Valor there to poke him down enough that he doesn't feel comfortable. Bobo is on the flank. He's got the red buffs. He's gonna look to go in, try and make something happen. Beast is unsuspecting. That might have been the moment. Zune sensing
If he landed
he's here.
at Batarang, Beast would have been dead. Because look at his build. He has so much burst. He has the red buff as well. That would have been massive play there.
And I wonder if we're going to see the Drake go in. We do. Doze on the flank. Look at the Hissy Fit to start things off. There's the shock from Proctor, not finding anyone. Zune is on the flank, getting ripped apart. The tower on the high ground as well is getting low. The Reiki shot will connect onto Basic, but it does. No, it doesn't even. He outstrips it with a drone drop. The tower eventually will fall as now Toxic and crew are pushing in onto the high ground. A second kill onto Valor as they are still pushing in, but the minions have died. Doze trying to hold it off right now. Beast is there as well. Sweet J, they're holding on just a little bit longer.
Yeah, they're trying their best here, but a wave is coming, and there it is. They have to respawn. It's not going to be enough, and this may be the game here.
This looks like it's going to be it. They're in onto the core. Shocking there just for good measure. Proxer is just gone, and Hoon and Neo, not exactly the best targets to try and take this down. They are just taking their dear, sweet time and giving Zune a potential opportunity to try and deny this. I don't think it's going to be enough, though. I think that is going to be it. And with that, Toxic are going to take the game. There it is, GG. They take game number 1.
And we find ourselves with Toxic. It might have taken a while. It might have taken a little bit of an extra effort, but they do walk away with a victory in game number 1 over their enemy, the newly dubbed Pride Stark Empire. Welcome back to the desk. I'm Jump. Of course, I'm joined here with Mr. Sweej and Inverum. It took a while, but they still got it done.
Yeah, Toxic has some of the best early game in North America. They actually beat Allegiance early game, so it says a lot. But then in late game, some questionable rotations and getting two-man jungle base. They did that before too against Allegiance and got destroyed. So they need to stop doing that. However, this Batman, this Malik, this Ignis, and also basic on Kriknak really worked out well for them. But look at Hooner, like you said, 808, man. Wow.
808s drop the base. Hoon comes in there and just wrecks face. Didn't mean for that to rhyme, but it ended up doing pretty well. Bobo as well on the side lane, crushed it on that Batman. The forearm strikes to the face, giving the stiff arm to Zune in lane there. Not optimal at all.
And fun fact, Hoon can take vacation in Hawaii because 808 is the error code of Hawaii. That's where I'm from, so you deserve it, sir.
There you go. I guess there's your nice little tangential knowledge. Let's go ahead and take a look back at our AT&T replay of the game. And while this isn't necessarily just one replay of one event, it shows a lot of the efficiency that you have coming from the members of Toxic.
That was beautiful, getting a kill onto the Mina. Although they could have focused on another target, which is fine. They did win this trade. They got the top tower as well. But Hoon just on a tear. Look at that combo. Rain of Fire and Holy Embers there. Again, another Rain of Fire there. I mean, just fantastic Ignis play. Look
just
at that.
the way he's able to just constantly get these stuns out. He's landing this combo perfectly. And Bobo is split pushing the entire time. They had jobs that were very well defined. Again, they got a little bit sloppy as the game was super late, but their early and mid game was fantastic. I think if they'd converted over to that Darkslayer a little bit earlier, it would have been even better for them. But as you can see here, they are constantly putting pressure on all sides of them. Literally all 3 towers are under threat simultaneously.
Yeah, I mean, the way that they're putting pressure did a really good job. Although Pride Stark Empire did have a few signs of life. They just needed to kind of position, focus the same target and combo, because they split their focus, and that's why they lost some of these key fights, because they could have easily won that one fight on the bot side where tier 2 tower was, but Zenio overextended, was caught out, and they lost.
All right, so now we find ourselves getting shortly into the pick ban phase for game number 2. A little bit of a side swap. Pride Stark has an opportunity now to get themselves a first pick, but you know, you have to also think about what is Toxic going to do now that they find themselves on the red side? They didn't ban 2 heroes in the last pick ban phase. Are they going to keep with this strategy? Because red side, it's even more difficult.
They're going to ban Aurum, they're going to ban Ignis, and they're going to ban Ibeneth if the other team doesn't ban it. I'm pretty sure.
And they're going to remember that our times are shorter now.
Yeah.
Oh,
hopefully.
yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that's
hopefully. I mean, fool me once, shame on you.
Yeah, nice quote.
Yeah.
Nice quote, Inverum.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I was inspired by you.
I don't want more of it.
Okay.
Okay, I knew it. They need to ban Ignis if they don't play Ignis, and Pride Stark Empire does not play the old wizard master himself here.
Wise men with skinny arms.
Yeah. That's a smart ban, though. They're taking it seriously. Marge are being banned, which makes sense. You know, Vera did die a few times. He did the most damage on the team game 1 and was able to land a lot of the AoB damage that Marge is known for. Mina being taken away. Pretty smart as well, because Neo has such a great Mina. Aurum should be banned here, and Ibeneth potentially should be banned. But I'm surprised no one. They're actually they don't want to face Valheim, I guess. I mean, they're okay facing Ibeneth or Aurum, I guess.
Aurum, I'm kind of surprised. Maybe they're just not. Maybe they're just not respecting the support play of Pride Stark. I think that's an interesting choice. Aurum's just so strong. One snare can change an entire. No.
Oh no! Why would you ban Aurum?
Maybe they're hoping that they could bait into the.
Take Ibeneth.
Yes. Just grab the Ibeneth. Our big tree boy is
here.
But
you gotta fight together. He is great in team fights and great at protecting carries as well. If you fight around him, that's the key. Because that ultimate, it slows in the circle, and also if he lands 8 seed hits on the person every 0.25 seconds, it'll stun them. So they need to make sure they play Ibeneth properly, because so far Ibeneth has not had a good track record.
Yeah, but one of those great ways to kind of deny this is that Hurricane Wall. You can split the fight up beautifully.
Oh, Prada.
Prada.
Prada did get a buff. Some quicker cooldowns for Disciple of the Plague. The ultimate there is on a 5-second quicker cooldown, all 3 levels. Also does give a little more damage in terms of the attack speed, because when he casts Disciple of the Plague, his attack hurt because they do that extra magic damage there. So we'll see how it'll be used here. And also, the poison gas bomb can push people away.
Yes, that's true. So there's a lot of control with that. So you combine that with the Hurricane Wall. Lindis as well, fantastic. Jungle Marksman, look for that damage. On the other side, Pride Stark, they're going to have a Hissy Fit of their own on top of the Nature's Realm. That is a lot of damage. Combine a Liliana with that, tough. However, they're going to be existing inside a world of wildfire as your favorite pick gets pulled out.
Yes, Bobo's Roxy's a little over aggressive though, so he's got to be careful. He cannot get caught out. But if he plays Roxy properly, it'll be pretty much a GG. Whoever gets pulled by Agony Grass is going to die.
Oh.
Scud. Wow.
Oh.
Look at this aggressive composition here. That's a very aggressive composition with one tank, Ibeneth really, and Scud and Liliana are super bursty. So if they combo Alice, Scud, Slims, and Liliana, and Ibeneth, they all have stuns there. So if they can pull this comp together, they can win.
Both of these teams are very much glass cannon at this stage. We really only have one tanky hero for both sides. So Roxy's going to need to be tanky, Bennett's going to be there as well, but otherwise it's all damage all the time.
All damage all the time, and the second that the go button is pressed, everybody is just pedal to the metal. Now, when you have to think about it, though, of both of these teams with the engage that they have as well as just the desire to fight, you do still have to think Pride Stark Empire comes out on top, specifically because they have the protection of that Alice.
Yeah, they do. The thing is, the early game is going to be pretty weak, except for Ibeneth, though. So they have to make sure they don't lose the early game, and they basically can go toe-to-toe with Toxic or maybe get ahead with Ibeneth. But if they don't, then they need to capitalize on the positioning rotation mistakes that Toxic is doing. Toxic also has a really good comp, though. They have a lot of CC on their side as well, except for Lindis.
I'm looking for Valor. I mean, his Ibeneth needs to be perfect. He needs to step up from last game. His Nature's Realm needs to be fantastic. How he uses Natural Affinity in lane, he needs to out-sustain. He needs to win his lane. I mean, you're looking at a situation where you cannot, like, I don't care about matchups, I don't care about anything else. At some point, if you're a side laner at this level of play, you need to step up and you need to win because you need to allow your team to get those key rotations and you need to control Dragon.
All right, well, as we find ourselves loading onto the Antares battlefield very shortly, we do have to go ahead and ask ourselves, is there an opportunity for Pride Stark to get themselves a win and even it up?
Well, it's based on their late game decision-making, how they're split focusing. No, they have to just work together as a team because Toxic is just better at team fighting, and Pride Stark needs to take advantage of that and win the team fights.
All right, well, they're going to have to, because if not, if Toxic walks away with the victory, they will walk away with a clinching of none other than a trip to Sao Paulo for the regional finals. But, of course, you know, we don't want you to go anywhere just yet. There's a pause.
Yeah, you're going to be stuck with us here because, you know, we can talk more cool strategies. I'm excited for Neo on a net. Neo on a net. That guy is a monster, mechanical, raw talent player. So I want to see how good his Annette's going to be.
Annette's one of those heroes where a good, in the right hands, she's like, I think we've really only seen, like, in the Western region, like 30%, maybe 35% of like Annette's.
Had a great Annette.
He did have a great Annette, but I still think we can go so much further.
Yeah.
We were watching the Eastern regions this morning. I was seeing you there looking around. They know what they're doing. They land those win cuffs like it's nobody's business. And the sheer amount of CC that she can dish out, not to mention her ability to reposition split fights, and the additional use of it in taking towers, which you haven't really seen a lot yet in the West. Her ability to just like knock everybody back from a tower, allow the team to just instantly collapse on it, take it with the mini wave and pull on out. Awesome.
I'm also curious to see how this Preda is going to fall in lines with thing as well, because when you take a look at the composition of Toxic, they do very well when you're kiting up, you're kiting around. Yes, Annette and Roxy kind of have that opportunity, but Toxic, they're going to have to make sure that they get prime positioning with this Preda.
Yeah, and Preda is really good. I think maybe it's the counter to Ibeneth because Ibeneth lacks mobility, so Preda constantly poison gas bombs and pushes him away. And also, Preda has a 5-hit combo. If it activates the Cycle of the Plague, all of the 2 abilities refresh, and then the poison gas bomb becomes spikes that stuns. So if he can leverage the Plague Spectre reset and the poison gas bomb reset with the Cycle of the Plague, Preda can do a ton of burst damage with the right teamwork.
Well, while we go ahead and work through the technical difficulties of that pause, we want to go ahead and give you guys a little bit more of an illumination with Toxic and Pride Stark Empire, specifically around what we're seeing with kills, average gold, as well as average game time for both of these teams.
So something I want to point out here is we're looking at some of these great team stats earlier. We noticed, wow, like one team has a lot of extra gold. Well, that's because that team had an average of 2 minutes of longer game time. These teams have almost identical game length, and that is a big advantage for Toxic. Pride Stark has definitely been struggling. Only 100 kills so far in the entirety of the Valor series. This is their chance to step up right now. Toxic, I mean, it's not an insurmountable lead.
Yeah, the lack of kills there, or number of kills, is a split focus. If you split focus, split damage, you don't get many kills.
To give you guys kind of an idea of some of the difficulty that some of these teams have been facing, it was 100 kills for Pride Stock Empire coming into this. Sweet J, in your infinite wisdom, I want you to take a guess how many kills, if you had to gamble, has Allegiance had this season?
With my...
If you had to guess.
I think they have like 400.
Nope, 314.
Damn.
Still.
You would have been closer than I. Ooh, no, maybe I was gonna guess 240. So
that's a lot of kills, guys. Just gonna throw that out there.
For every
for every 3.14 kills, for every pie kills that Allegiance gets, for every pie that Allegiance has, 1 kill goes to the pocket of Pride Stark.
You deserve the Ignis wizard hat.
Oh, thank you. Fly, you fools.
We need to get a wizard hat. Okay.
And tomorrow's going to be fun.
I also want a beard.
Yeah? Have you been asking that since you were 18?
Wow. Thanks, Jump.
Holy embers, that joke.
Yeah. Wow. It's the final match in North America, everybody. It has been a great day of games, but Pride Stark has us to the point now where we're rooting for them. I think at this point, as the underdogs, I know you're not supposed to be biased as a caster, but I have loved to see how far this team has come. Toxic, though, they are a tough team to overcome.
Yeah, they are, but they're easy to overcome late game. I mean, I can probably beat Toxic late game because the way they're rotating. Just catch them off guard, come back in the game, rotate as 4 and 5.
To be honest, you wouldn't even be behind. What are you saying? You wouldn't even be behind, Sweet J.
See, he says
I will play Clone Clash and 5 Ignis, and I'll win every game easy.
See, he says that, but yet he also finds himself not on a pro team and sitting at my commentary desk. So there is also that which you have to consider as well. Now, I want to talk about these considerations. I want to talk about Toxic as a team because all memes aside, all jokes set under the table, when we take a look at Toxic, they have actually been one of the teams that have improved the most over the course of the season because of their constant little tweaks and alterations in the different stages of the game. They still have work to do late game, but the other parts of it, they have succeeded.
Yeah, Proxer has been landing all of his abilities in the beginning, like the first 2 weeks. He was missing Malik Ultimate, just really questionable decision making, but he's probably the most improved player on that team. Bobo has been kind of too aggressive, right? And Hoon has been the staple. He's been the most reliable and dependable carry on that team, doing the most damage and just positioning perfectly.
Well, he's going to need to continue to do that here if he wants to help his team take the win as we get into game number 2. Pride Stark Empire, their run is on the line right here. They need to take this game if they have any hope of going to Brazil. It all comes down to this last final match.
Yeah, I wonder if Mr. Bobo here is going to build that same Joker build we saw earlier today from Hikes of Drawn to Fame, because that's a really good build. And actually, Bobo was known in Season 1 of Valor Series for his side lane marksman. He's actually very good at marksman ranged carries.
Well, it's definitely something that we're going to watch for us as those side lane marksmen are going to come back into the meta more and more. Something to note, Basic did actually DC going into this game. He has not reconnected yet, so if you're wondering why there is not a jungle currently for Toxic, that's actually why.
No wonder Neo is on that side lane, playing at in that side lane there. Can they overcome it? They don't have Ignis, so I don't think they can.
I mean, not having your jungle is kind of a big deal.
Oh, there he is.
There he is. Oh, he's back. All right, there's a moment.
But is it the computer?
It looks like a bot.
Could be a bot.
Could be a bot. We're going to find out. Bot Lindis, best Lindis. Right? Oh, that's 100% a bot. Oh, boy.
Bobo can do it, though. Bobo can carry with the jungle. Oh, he knows he's in there. And the branching out will come out there. Oh, misses the killing joke there.
So let's see how both of these teams opt to play this out, knowing what they do. Maybe Basic's actually back. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is what we're looking for here. I'm really excited. He has no jungle to farm anyway, so... okay, no.
No, it's a bot.
It's a bot.
Yep, bots do that.
Yep.
Oh, no!
All right, well, okay, so now the question becomes, can Toxic 4v5? And Valor with the
wow.
flicker Redwood Rush. That was dirty.
That was dirty. Well played by him there. That's what makes him so good. When you can land key Redwood Rush and displace your opponents like that, you probably get a kill.
Who was the one player that I was like, I need you to step up in a big way. I need your hero to be amazing. It was probably Valor. Oh, I'm kidding. It was 100% Valor as, okay, the team is falling up. The spear!
Wow.
Doze was like body blocking. I don't think he actually could see it coming through underneath the seeds, underneath the body. I don't actually think he could see the spear coming. That was dope.
Yeah, again, these flying spears, the combo beast, just really showing up here. Slims actually has not, he's been doing okay, but hasn't had the same kind of success we've seen him with this new patch update. And you can see the top lane Proxer's ahead, level 5 there against the Zune, so he's doing pretty well on this Roxy, and that's going to be the key to them winning, is Roxy makes it an instant 4v4 with her ultimate.
That's definitely what we're going to be looking for here. Roxy, you know, with that Agnes grasp, it is a game changer.
It is a game changer, and it was buffed, if you guys don't know. Agnes grasp instantly refreshes the cooldown of both of her abilities, Wildfire and Blazing Shield there, and also cannot be basically interrupted. So if she lands Agni Grass, it's pretty much GG. That person is dead if the team focuses that person down.
That person is just most likely just gone. I believe Basic is actually back now in the game at this point, so he's going to have some catch-up work to do right now as one dragon and a couple of kills have gone over to Pride Stark. But we do see, that was so close.
Yeah, nice dodge by Raw there, using his flicker to escape the Disciple of the Plague, Poison Gas Bombs, Nether Spikes. But Valor is in big trouble.
Yeah, Valor needs to be very cautious. The trap is going to be set off there, the Nature's Realm, to follow up. Nicely done. The branching out was used beautifully to get the team off of his back, and now it was a nice stun. The Hissy Fit onto Neo is there. Net, oh no, forced to use the Hurricane while they're trying to escape, but another stun from Doze. The spear! That's the second one! Beast, what are you doing?
You beast! I was just about to say Neo with a beautiful wind cuff stun surviving, but then the flying spear comes from downtown, and Beast is like, you're mine, and gets the kill on Neo.
I can do this all day, says Beast. As he just is clutching it for his team and getting these key kills. The Abyssal Dragon, though, is getting pulled back, and Basic snipes it. Valor as well has now gone in way too deep. He uses the Redwood Rush to bring back Hoon, but there's the Poison Gas Bomb. He's going to survive lifesteal through this. They actually can't kill him through this. Valor, hello? Another Redwood Rush. The branching out Zune is now arrived. What? Are you kidding me? Zune is going to go in, try and get these final kills. Not able to get any, but Basic does fall off the back of that. Valor!
Bennett's Valor turning that fight around, beautifully landing in Nature's Realm, getting the sustain, the heal, and then the damage off, allowing enough time for his team to rotate. Raw gets the kill onto Basic, and then Bobo and Hoon both have to use Flicker to barely get away from Zune there. Wow.
That was so massive.
Yeah.
I cannot begin to describe how much his team needed that to keep them in this game, because they have a small lead. But in order to maintain this into the late game composition, the Toxic has, this is just disgusting. Valor has been doing,
what was that, Proxer? Come on. That's dangerous. He's got to use that with his team. I mean, he can't really 1v1, honestly, right now. He doesn't have the items and the damage right now. Look, he has Leviathan, which gives him a lot of health. And she does do percentage health damage and all that stuff, but not enough damage there. So I feel like that was an interesting use of his ultimate, because it's on a pretty long cooldown. It
is. It's one of those big ultimates that you gotta give it some time. You want to make sure that you follow up. Another one is that Wild Beast Fury. Zune backing up. Beast is here as well. Proxer in an interesting position. Kind of surprised they didn't commit onto that kill a little bit more there. They're a little bit scared that Proxer might try and pull them back right under tower, as we were potentially about to see. A little bit of overlap, though, with the stuns coming out there. Proxer using the Wildfire to clear the minion wave, which means that Zune is in way too deep. But the minion's not surviving the backdoor. Protection is there. And Neo with the rest of Toxic able to back them off.
Yeah, but if Proxer had Acne Grabs earlier, he could have easily pulled the Slims Beast and just pull him into the tower, and his team can then rotate and then get the kill on him. And that's why it's important to leverage that Acne Grabs at the right moment.
Yeah, it's why you don't want to just blow it randomly in your opponent's jungle when you are by yourself, all by yourself. Not optimal in the least. Still 4 kills to 1 and a 2K gold lead for Pride Stark Empire. as they're looking towards this next Abyssal Dragon. Another tower being taken as well simultaneously, so good macro play from them. Toxic might look to try and contest this. There's Preda as well, the Plague Scepter, but it's not enough.
Ooh, nice job there. Second Abyssal Dragon for Pride Stock Empire. They still have a healthy 2,000k gold lead, 3 deaths gold lead as well, kills on top of their opponent. Proxer here is going to have to make a difference on this Roxy pretty soon here.
Yeah, we're going to need to see a little more from him. He's doing a great job in lane with that Wildfire. Does such a fantastic job of clearing that wave. Really hard to outlane a good Roxy, but he's doing things like this. He's going in real deep to his opponent's jungle, but this is the Agni's Grasp, Raw. But this time, the team is there, pulling him right back in, but actually able to survive. And now it is Valor, who is in way too deep, but nicely done there with the Nature's Realm. They find Proxer, but on the flank, we do have that canned laughter, and then don't get him, though. The killing joke is there. Hoon is trying to chase us down, and Zune surviving with no HP, able to get over the wall. Neo trying to clean him up. Can they get it? Basic is there. He wants to dive, and he does!
Boom, tread softly, double auto attack, Lunar Champion. Goodbye, Zune. Dead Scud there. But wow, again, Valor with that Ibenith going in there, landing the Flicker ultimate with Nature's Realm, and then stunning Proxer down. Proxer's got to watch his rotation. Again, Toxic keeps doing this. Why is he even in the enemy's jungle by yourself? Like, what are you doing, Proxer? You guys got to be careful, Toxic. I mean, you're playing kind of toxic in the late game.
He was trying to bait them out. I could see the rest of his team was set up. That we had, you know, Preda charging up the Plague Scepter. He was sitting there in the mid. He's like, all right, let's go, let's do this. Pull them back. They had the Agni's Grasp, but he actually dragged it out of the damage from the Preda, so they didn't kill the Liliana. The Liliana was able to escape, and then as you mentioned, the Ibenith went in, and Ibenith, when he's ulting, you just don't kill him.
Yeah, you just don't. And if Raw got hit by the Plague Spectre, he would have died instantly, but nice dodge by him there. Ooh.
Neo could be learning some of those dodge skills, but so could Raw. That's the Agni's Grasp. That's what we were looking for.
With 5 people, again, it's you're dead. You're literally dead, and then they can pull you so fast. Because Blazing Shield gets a reset, Wildfire gets a reset, and the more people Wildfire hits, the more sustain Roxy gets. And then with Blazing Shield, she can run you and pull you away so quickly that you are on your way to heaven.
On your way to that respawn screen. Just wondering what happened. Oh, I was grabbed by a little fire spirit, and now we're in the good place.
Yeah, but good job there by Pride Stock Empire getting the 3rd dragon there, being decisive. So nice objective call by them. They're being very, very efficient.
That being said, Toxic is still catching up in gold. Less than a 1k gold lead right now as they're moving into this mid game. Almost getting to the late game post 10 minutes, and watch these Abyssal Dragons are going to be even more impactful. Valor is on the flanked, being super annoying into Neo, and I'm looking for Pride Stark here. They need to collapse, especially with Agni's Grasp down. They realize that Zune is going in. Basics the target, instant deletion. Nicely done from Zune. They will trade kills, but Proxer is there as well. They are doing a beautiful job of splitting the team. Bobo not able to get the kill, so that was huge. So trading out 2 for 2.
Nice job by Zune there, focusing right down onto Basic, blowing him up, and then of course Valor zoning out the aggressive push from Hoon there and basically stunning him with Nature's Realm. That really made the fight for them, and as a result, Toxic had to back off, but Basic did a good job before he died of taking that tier 2 tower. He was so focused on that tower, hitting it because of the minion wave, was still alive.
It was, but I have to correct myself. It was a 2 for 1 trade, but it doesn't feel like it because Toxic was actually able to take a tower off the back of that. They did so much damage to Pride Stark that despite the fact that Pride Stark technically won that fight, Toxic actually got more out of it.
Yeah, again, it's Hoon's AoE damage. I'm looking forward to see how much damage he's able to bring. And top lane, Valor in a bad spot. He's got to be careful because one Agni grabs your life, it's game over, buddy.
Flashes before your eyes. As fire into a tree, we know how that goes. And Valor needs to be oh so cautious as the Abyssal Dragon, the enraged Abyssal Dragon, post 10 minutes has been started now. Doze is doing a good job of keeping that, make sure they don't leash that here. Zune is going in, the Wild Beast Fury, the follow-up is there. There's 1 kill, potentially going to be 2. The spear, once again from Beast to secure the kill. Basic is there, 1 more auto, Beast, do it!
Beast, that flying spear was godly, and Zune, that engage, landing 2 people, getting so much AoE burst damage, almost instantly killing them. Neo there, next again, domino effect. This is dangerous here. That's a long respawn timer, but no waves coming.
Those stagger deaths were massive. Valor is in the mid. They have a minion wave to work with, and they have a Slims who is hitting like a truck at this stage. Raw is there as well. Proxer needs to land the Agni's Grasp of his life because Pride Stark Empire is still alive.
Exactly, and that is the key there. Can Proxer land the Agni Grasp of his life to turn around these fights and win it? Because that's why they're losing. That's the only time they lose. Zune is able to get in there and focus them, but Proxer, gotta be careful here, buddy. We need you in the game.
We need you there. He gets the Agni's Grasp. Doze. Your carry just got Agni's Grasp, and you're running the other way.
Oh, but they do prevent the Darkslayer from being taken, so really nice job there by Toxic, by Proxer.
I said he needed the Agni's Grasp of his life. That may have actually been it there because it stopped. It stopped Pride Star from taking it, and now they're going in on this Abyssal Dragon. Bobo's going to be the target. Zune able to get that kill. Basic is the next one up on the docket. Valor with these perfectly positioned ults, and now the entire roster of Pride Star is here on this Dragon.
Zune doing such a good job. Again, he focuses down and blows up Basic. Then they kill Bobo. They have to respond to the Scud going there, but they need Proxer there. Proxer's got to CC the Scud and instantly Agni Grasp and just blow him up, because if they don't get a kill on Scud, they're in big trouble. And look at that. Wow!
Well, they do find it there onto Raw. That was the Agni's Grasp that they needed, but Beast is here once again. Look at how much damage he is doing.
2,000 crit almost.
2,000 crit at this point. Yeah, almost getting there. Massive. But really, a lot of this is coming down to Zune and Zune's ability to get in on these flanks and get, like, Basic has been able to do nothing in these fights.
Yeah, they have to protect Basic against Zune here. Zune is the difference maker on this team right now. He's doing a phenomenal job on this Scud with a beautiful skin, of course. But that burst, and look at his build. He has Omni Arms, Fenrir's Tooth, Rank Breaker. He literally has no defense. Like, the only way Toxic can win this fight is they have to blow Zune out. If Zune gets onto Basic or Hoon or Bobo, they're dead. They have no armor defense. Look at they have 0 armor defense pretty much, and that is not good. Bobo and Hoon can literally get exploded by a few combos from Zune. Look at that.
No, we're seeing it going in now. Neo, who's one of the more tanky members of the squad of Toxic, even still just getting chunked down half HP, a couple of skills, forced to reset a little bit here.
We haven't seen a lot of Hurricane Walls changing fights here, and that's something that we have to look for Neo. He's got to use the Hurricane Wall to change the tide of a fight.
The Agni's Grasp goes in, misses onto Doze. Zune is in the back. One shot, Hoon. Are you kidding me? Now Beast moves in as well. Proxer is deep in the back line. He's got to be the target. They're going to start to chunk him down. Look at the slows. The follow-up is there. Look at the crits. Beast is going in. Nice leap to dodge the additional damage. The spear.
That was close.
My heart.
Again, Proxer needs to stay with his team. If they cannot get onto Zune, they lose every fight. Like, he's over-positioning as the Roxy here. And as a result, it opens up the path for Zune to just jump in there and literally explode Hoon or any of the carries on. Because you have to look at the builds. They have no armor defense. If Slims or Zune get onto Beast and Zune get onto any of the carries there, they're dead. They're done.
So this is going to be another situation where Proxer, we said his name quite a bit. He needs to go in here and make a big play. Valor as well, but over on the Darkslayer, they're trying to secure this right now. Proxer steals it! No! Proxer, what are you doing, you madman?
And that was so smart. Everyone bunched up on top of him. The Wildfire gives him so much sustain from all the heroes that it's hitting, gives him so much lifesteal. I don't know if you guys know this, but 1% of HP loss is the recovery. 2% if it's an enemy hero. He had 4 enemy heroes with that. He survived long enough, and he took the Darkslayer, and that's gonna keep Toxic right in the game. Proxer, you're the man, and you're the key to the team here. If you stay with your team and you kill Zune and you lock him down, you guys will win the fight. If they don't and Zune gets onto your backline, you guys are done.
So here's the thing. We would be having 2 very different conversations right now if that had gone any different. Because there's a 99% chance that Proxer walks in there and just dies, and then we're ripping on him for feeding. But because he was able to somehow make that work and steal this up, that was massive, because that was the additional push, the nudge that Pride Stark needed with this Drake to get these last few.
Oh, he gotta get Agni's Grasp here. He gets it. Beast.
Gets onto Beast. But Zune's here at the wall. Fury actually pushing him back. That was massive. Great positioning there. And now Beast is left to his own devices. Neo's there with the Hurricane Wall, but it's not nearly enough. Basic on the back line as well, trying to go in, finding Doze, trying to knock him down. But Beast is there with that essence of the win. 2 shots. Bobo, you can't even get it off. Who's the next target? They trade, but he might be back in this here. Yes, he is the stun that followed there. Basic takes him down. Nice trade, but Zune's in the fight once more, going in, trying to find the other side, but no. Basic's able to take him down. Nicely done.
Man, Basic flanking from the back, getting the kill on to Doze first, and then locking down Beast, and then Zune tries to basically combo him, but Basic, he's level 15. He's got some health on him. He blows up Zune as well, and that's not good. Look at Lindis now, 11k, catching up with Beast there. That's not what you want for Basic to do, is to catch up with the damage, and look at him, he's full build, and that's going to be able to destroy the enemy opponents here, so they got to be careful.
The only person who has to be careful right now is Hoon, because Valor just almost soloed him. The appearance of Basic was the only thing that saved him, and that's really not the good. This Preda is feeling so low impact. There were a couple nice poison gas bombs in that fight, but really,
Preda almost has full build. It's going to finish that Rhea's blessing there, and then now they got to be careful. And then Joker, he's also getting his build. And the key again is, can they protect? I mean, look at this. The only person that's tanky is Neo and Roxy. Neo and Proxer, that's it. The other three are so squishy. They got to be careful with the Scud here. So let's come down to who's going to blow the other person up first.
We're now reaching the point in the game where what was a gold lead is starting to not matter so much, as the entire team, or both teams, are getting 6 stacked, which means they have all 6 items tier 3'd out of their minds. We need to be careful as Doze. Oh my, that Agni's grasp was so close. Doze is literally playing with fire in this situation as both teams move towards this enraged Abyssal Dragon. Can Pride Start pick this up in time? Toxic's gonna look to collapse. Neo is on the flank. Watch for this Hurricane Wall. Proxer's going in. They find Raw. Lots of great damage deals being popped. And we do see Zune going into the back. He does end up trading, so nice enough from him, but they found Lindis in the back. Lindis going way too far. Basic, what are you doing? Trying to trade, not able to do it. Can't take down Beast.
Yeah, if he took down Beast there, that would have been a positive trade for them, but now they lose 2 for 1. That was really aggressive of Basic. He needed his help, but he was playing very well. He just needed his team with him, unfortunately. But again, they just need to focus on Zune. Zune likes to go in, so wait for Zune to go in and then blow him up. But look at it, Zune is still alive. He's able to now this is Pride
Stark.
They need to take advantage of this. They're the 2 people down in Toxic, buddy. Where's the pressure? Where's the
objective? Pick up this dragon. They need to grab this dragon right now. Here we go, Zune. Get back in there, buddy. There you are. This is exactly what they need, because they still have 10 seconds left until members of Toxic are alive. Here we go. I think they're almost intentionally waiting so that they have more time when their whole team is alive to actually get back in this now and use this buff. Beast picking up that Dark Blessing, looking for the Agni's Grasp onto Doze. They tried to bait him back into the bush. So Zune is going every time in the back, Suijay, and he's able to get a pick consistently onto a key member.
That is a key every time. Like, they need to realize that. They are literally falling for it every single time. Toxic needs to adapt right now. And the only way they can win this fight is they kill Zune when he comes in, because Zune can literally blow up any of their carries, because they have no armor defense.
They have not a whole lot. Proxer's going to be the target, though. Valor needs to be careful if the Agni's Grasp comes out. He does have it available. We do have the res coming in. That's the key.
Oh, no, Basic. They got to rotate to save him. He's in trouble. He's in big trouble
saving
here.
Private Basic here.
Oh, man, Lindis running for her life there with the tread softly. Darkslayer is going to spawn soon, respawn here in about 15 seconds. How is this fight? The next fight will determine the game here. We're at 20 minutes, folks. This could not be a closer game. Everyone is almost full build, but we do have Pride Stark Empire there. They have pretty much full build on their team. Oh, he sells an item and buys Gilded Greaves again. Okay.
All right. I see you there, as Neo is also being seen by Pride Stark now.
The thing is, Gilded Greaves does not lower Agni's Grasp, actually. It does not lower the pull. Oh, no!
Oh, Proxer going in, taking a lot of damage. The Wildfire is not enough to keep him. That's fine. Beast, though, the key target, but he's actually able to escape just a little bit longer. And then Nature's Realm is there. Bobo, though, trades his life. Can't actually take down Valor. Neo, though, with the Hurricane Wall, trying to force them out. Zune now on the flank going in. Once all his allies have already died, though, he's just going to get one more kill. What?
Oh. Man, they had the Agni Grass on Beast. They could have killed him. No one falls. Everyone is so low. Again, Toxic's lack of focus is really showing. This is their late game, man. They struggle so much in the late game. Their lack of focus and timing is just costing them so much here. This is Pride Stark's chance to finish the game soon here. They have the advantage. Take the Darkslayer right now and push to end.
This is really huge. They need to get this key objective. They have 20 seconds left on Neo. They have bodies on the field. They need to make it happen right now. Look at the mound of corpses in the jungle of Toxic. This was the story of this last battle, and yes, finally we see them going in. The Darkslayer is going to be the target. Beast, please auto-attack it.
Yeah, I think Beast can change out and he can probably change out his Scorching Wind for an item that gives more damage and attack speed as well. So interesting that he's going to go ahead and keep that item because honestly, Fenrir's Tooth on the Joker is going to make a big difference here. So Bobo cannot die so fast. If he can stay alive long enough, he can burst down a lot of the enemy opponents if he can get onto them. There it is. Oh no, where's the follow-up though?
The key target is Rob, but he does not follow. There's no follow-up. There's just Neo and Proxy there. Proxy now has burned his big ultimate ability. The Reiki shot goes in. Bobo was on the flank trying to take down Joes as Valor is splitting the fight beautifully. Look at this Nature's Realm from Valor doing exactly what he needs to, splitting this up so well. There's the branching out. The Redwood Rush. Do it again. The stun going through the back finds Bobo. He's trying to run away. Look at the damage coming through from Beast. They're there. The Drake is being summoned.
Oh my goodness, the plays from Valor there on this event. This is why Benneth is banned so often. He has shown us why he's so good. The zoning potential, the Redwood Rushes, the branching out, the Wicked Thrones. Really awesome job by... Whoa, Agni Grabs. Oh man, if he got that, he would have killed him. He would have killed him.
That was
under
dead.
tower, Agni Grabs, you're dead. You're dead.
So here's the thing. Valor has been super lackluster this season. You know, he had some good showings last season. We've asked a lot of him. He's constantly our player to watch. Hasn't really stepped up. Well, I asked for him to step up in this game.
No!
And he is. The rest of Pride Stark is stepping up with him. Bobo, no, sir. You go in. You're able to try and make something happen with the canned laughter, but I think that's it. That's too little too late. I cannot believe it. Pride Stark are still alive. They take the game over Toxic.
Sometimes when you're hungry, you just gotta eat. And in this instance, Pride Stark Empire certainly ate their dinner, had their dessert, and kept their Sao Paulo dreams alive as they secured themselves a Game 2 victory over Toxic. That one was a barn burner.
They can definitely take pride in their teamwork. I mean, Zune won that Scud. Beast with those flying spears and the aggressive plays that he made. Ver, oh my goodness. Benneth.
What a step up.
What a stud on the Benneth.
Just what a stump on a bench.
And also, of course, Raw and Doze. Again, a nice sunshine and the hissy fits. I mean, there's so many things that went well for Pride Stark Empire here. They really took advantage of the late game indecisiveness and uncoordinatedness from Toxic.
20 KDA for Beast.
Yeah.
I also would like to point out that he had 127,000 damage to heroes that game as well.
That's maybe a few damage. That's more than one damage.
It's a lot of damage added up.
Yeah.
All right, so now let's go ahead and break this down a little bit more because it was a long. It was the last match of the day and the last game of the day for all three regions. Of course, had to be the longest. How did this go down?
Yeah, I feel like they didn't really play together. Toxic had the Preda, and Preda is really good at counter-engaging. They dive, and then the Plague Specters and the Poison Gas Bombs, and then refreshing the abilities. Never use that property, but Zune was the key to a lot of the fights, and then Beast just cleaned it up. And Zune did a really good job going to the back line and getting so many kills on this Scud here because no one had armor defense. Bobo started to build some, but it wasn't enough. And of course, Beast was the star of the entire game. Just the way he was playing and landing these spears and getting these kills and positioning himself was great.
Really, it all came down to exactly what you're talking about. Zoom went in, he found that back line, the opening was there, and then Valor did such a great job. He would Nature's Realm right in the middle of the fight, split it perfectly. So now Zune is trapped. They have to walk, they have to run away, deal with the Scud, or run into the Nature's Realm, and then whoever dove past is now facing down the entire rest of the team of Pride Stark, and Beast is just able to sit there and just kill them with impunity.
Well, we want to take a look at what happened in that last match. We want to take a look about what happened in the North American region. Our AT&T replay of this game is nothing but Beast, Beast, and more Beast, and why he's walking away with the MVP for the North American region.
Yeah, he was phenomenal, his play here, landing so many kills and securing kills as soon as he can. Look at it, before even Bobo can kill him there, he takes 2 or more people down with him, and Toxic just couldn't respawn, and that was why Beast, really shining in this game. He's improved week after week after week.
You can see it there, just the follow-up damage, so fantastic. Able to stay alive with just a scrap of HP. And the way the team was able to follow up, just starting the game, those a couple flying spears that secured those crazy wild kills. Not only was it a morale factor, not only was it a wow factor, but it denied farm, and it also allowed his team to get a little bit more map control. Yeah, Basic started off the game DC. Did that have an impact? They went 20-something minutes at the end of that game. Everybody was 6-stacked. The gold caught up. I don't actually think it had that much of an impact. Yeah, Pride Star took advantage a little bit early, having that, extra body on the field. But really, that just came down to them winning team fights.
Yeah, and it exploited Toxic's weakness there. Toxic can only win late game if they're ahead. If they're behind or even like that, their weaknesses are clearly on display. So they need to work on that. Proxer, they had a good play with Darkslayer, but never got any solid Agni Guard. Only one that changed one fight, but they never took advantage of why Roxy is so strong in 5v5 fights. And as a result, they lost and got overextended, lack of focus. There's so many things that Toxic needs to work on, but really nice jobs from Pride Stock Empire taking advantage of that.
They did indeed, and as you can see, they kept their playoff hopes alive as they end up with the tie. That's 2 ties that we actually found ourselves having in the North American region, with VVV tying Drawn to Fame, Toxic and Pride Stock going 1-1 as well. Seeing what this does now to the standings as we come into the halfway point of week number 7, we find ourselves with the top 2 staying the same. Toxic, Drawn to Fame, and Pride Stark, though, trying to keep themselves alive.
Yeah, this could go either way here. Drawn to Fame loses the next 2. Pride Stark then gets 2, but they lose the tiebreaker. It's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out. And Toxic, they could be at risk too, because you can see Drawn to Fame can easily take their spot and move up to 3rd. And you don't want to be 4th place because you're going to face Allegiance.
Now, unfortunately, when you take a look at things, though, Pride Stark, to get the next 2 wins that they need, have to play Allegiance next week.
Yeah, so I think, unfortunately, that's okay.
You never know what might happen.
You never know.
Moving on, though, from what we had, of course, for the rest of today, we had the Latin American region where we saw Pain Gaming, Assassin's Crew, INTZ, and Synergy kind of change things up a little bit. Going to continue to see how that one develops. Going in then to EU. Now, EU is where things are going to be really fun and spicy as the rest of the next couple broadcasts happens with Nova, Bubble Team, Dead Rabbits, Existence, and Team Queso finding themselves in that top 5. Of course, Alliance has officially been ruled out of playoff contention, but Dead Rabbits, Existence, and Team Queso, that's where the spicy.
Team Queso and Dead Rabbits tomorrow is going to be a very interesting game. They then tie for 3rd. Existence falls down to 4th. A lot of crazy things can happen.
Yeah, I like crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be a wild series of matches.
So now looking at what we have for, just as a teaser for the European region, I know you kind of sat back and watched some of the games. So you didn't take a nap today. You didn't sleep in. You woke up early. You had your coffee. You watched the games. Looking at what we have, seeing as how the current meta has developed now over the last 3 regions, is there anything that you want to see teams continue to improve upon with this new patch?
Yeah, I think it's going to be, everyone needs to learn Ignis ASAP. So if he's open, you take him. Not, you ban him. A Benneth, there's a reason why he's constantly banned. I feel like Valheim still has a place in the meta. And of course, Roxy. No one has really used her properly, but she is very, very strong with a team that has a ton of teamwork because she's just like a better Omen in some senses. So I think those are kind of the big things to look out for. And I'm looking forward to someone to really leverage Lubu as well, because he, as we saw today, he has a place in this meta now because of his buffs.
I agree with every single one of those points, particularly around Roxy. It's about communication because, a lot of Agni's grasps were missed, but even the ones that connected, they didn't result in kills. Not the way they're supposed to. It's we usually say the hook. I'm looking for the hook. I'm looking for the grass. I'm looking for it. And the team is constantly positioning around you, looking for that moment when you throw out the Agni's grasp, we find it, and then the collapse. It needs to be a pounce. Your team needs to become a tiger. And if they can instantly delete that one target, that is how you domino effect. You take the rest of the team fight. You snowball off of that. But we just didn't see it happen in this series.
All right, well, looking forward to what we have for tomorrow. Week number 7 is not done quite yet. Bubble Team versus Nova, Dead Rabbits versus Queso. Already going to be spicy matches that we have in Europe. Following that, it will be Geo Esports versus Nova, Pain Gaming versus Synergy. And then for the North American region, it's the number 1 and number 2 seeds, Allegiance and Tribe Gaming. Following that, Toxic versus Drawn to Fame. You get one match that you get to see tomorrow. Which one are you excited for?
Allegiance versus Tribe Gaming.
Yes. That's going to be sick. It's going to be the test of how far Tribe has come.
Yeah, and you get to see the meta, because when 2 top teams go at each other, you really see the best of the meta come out.
All right, well, as we have seen, it is ever so closer. There are 2 days of competition remaining before the teams will have decided their fate of who gets to go to Sao Paulo and who gets to hang out on the couch and watch the regional finals. Don't forget to catch up on all of the action and everything that has happened thus far as we get closer to Sao Paulo and the Brazilian regional finals. Make sure you head over to ValorSeriesEsports.com where you can get everything that has happened as well as what's to come. Like we said, it's been lots of action. It's been lots of adventure. The Wizard Man himself shown rain of fire down on his enemies as Ignis joined the fray on the Antares battlefield. We will see you guys tomorrow bright and early for Week 7, Day number 2 of the Valor Series.
Alright guys, I'm actually going to start playing the game now. I'll do the other Valor Series tomorrow. Again, I will stream live next week because apparently it can be done with no repercussions, and that's okay. I saw someone else do it today and they had 30+ views. A little salty that someone doing what I'm doing, but I mean, it was bound to happen when someone saw me doing it. It wasn't happening before. I know. But I'll be right back. I'm going to start it up. Jimmy and Banana, I'll be on Discord so we could talk and conversate. Let's get some W's. I need to get to platinum today.